ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Geico. Pullman, Washington, and Martin Stadium sold out tonight for winless UCLA and unbeaten Washington State. And here come the 3-0 Cougs. They'll be flying the old crimson and gray, but tonight lots of anthracite before a packed house in Pullman. And Minshew Mania is back in town. The stash is loose on the Palouse, folks. As Gardner returns, the new star of the Jacksonville Jaguars in the NFL, he's back in town to raise the flag and to also watch the new guy that has taken over at quarterback for the Cougars, Anthony Gordon, as he gets set to step into the spotlight. It's Pac-12 After Dark tonight here in Pullman. And we welcome you to Washington State. I'm Beth Mowens along with Anthony Becht and Rocky Boyman. And we've got two of the great offensive minds in college football in recent years. We've got the air raid offense, of course, under the direction of Mike Leach. It's the best passing team in the country right now. And for UCLA, year two under Chip Kelley, Anthony, still trying to find their footing.
Well, when Chip Kelley went to UCLA's campus, everybody thought instant Oregon offense. It's been tough. 85 freshmen and sophomores, they've had some bumps in the road. Mike Leach, on the other hand, it's been high flying. Follow the ball tonight, folks. Air raid offense is in full effect tonight.
Well, the last two quarterbacks here for the Cougars, they're starters in the NFL this week. So after a 5-year wait, Anthony Gordon finally gets his chance.
Well, Minshew's out, Gordon in, right? This guy's been fantastic. One of the best starts they've had at the quarterback position, and it's been about his deep ball. He's been awesome throwing the ball down the field. How about this no look? Little Patrick Mahomes coming out of him there. And, of course, he's got that quick release. He's got the ability to cut the defense. And, folks, he's got a little swagger to go with it, which has helped this offense be successful.
And he will certainly be a big challenge for this UCLA defense. Rocky, they'll be under pressure all night.
Yeah, Beth, this UCLA defense has struggled this season in two specific areas. Number one, takeaways. Only 2 on the season and none since their opener against UC. And then also getting pressure on the quarterback, only 4 sacks on the season. But help has arrived. Their defensive end, Keeson Lucier South, will make his season debut tonight. He's been out since the spring with an academic issue. He was tops in sacks, tops in TFLs for this Bruin defense last season. They hope he can really cause some ruckus on that offensive line there and really make this Washington State offense have to get after it.
Looking for their first win of the season while Washington State tries to remain unbeaten tonight in Pullman. Opening kick here in Pullman. UCLA winning the toss, but they have deferred to the second half, so Washington State in the anthracite jerseys tonight will receive. Traven Harris is back with Roderick Fisher, J.J. Molson to boot it away. Through the back of the end zone for the touchback. So the best passing team in the country, top 10 scoring team in the nation, and the first-year starter at quarterback ready to roll.
My name's Anthony Gordon, senior quarterback here at Washington State University from Pacifica, California. And the offense and I are looking forward to improving on our past performances and avoiding all negative plays moving forward.
There haven't been a ton of negatives. There have been a lot of big plays for Anthony Gordon. 6 touchdown passes already this season of better than 20 yards. And a team that likes to throw it about 72% of the time will open up with a completion to Tay Martin.
And I'd like to focus on a certain receiver, but he gets the ball and spreads it around. He does an excellent job with his progressions. He's crafty in the pocket, Beth. Not a lot of wasted movement. And watch this kid get rid of the football. He's got one of the quickest releases in college.
Comes into the weekend ranked number 1 in FBS in both passing yards and passing touchdowns. And they'll run it here with Max Borghi.
Okay, guys,
The sophomore from Arvada, Colorado. He's got a 100-yard rushing game under his belt this season. Chris Barnes, the leading tackler for the Bruins, on the stop.
Yeah, Borghi's a nice player. You watch him tonight. He only gets about 10 rushes, but he's averaging just over 7 yards a carry. He is a vital part of this passing offense for Washington State.
And a third down and a couple here on the first possession of the night for the Cougars. Intercepted at the 35-yard line, and the Bruins get a takeaway, just their third of the season, and right into the hands of Josh Woods. Just the third pick that Gordon has thrown this year.
Yeah, unbelievable. Josh Woods starts on the end of the line of scrimmage, and they pull him back to the middle of the field, and he really doesn't get seen. Watch this, he'll start here, come to the middle, the linebackers will come up the field. Watch this, he tricks him. Gordon never ever sees him, and he falls right in front of the path of the wide receiver. To me, if anything, the receiver needs to continue to run. He's kind of settles in that hole there. That's man-to-man defense. Everybody in a bad situation. Huge play by this defense for UCLA.
And now the Bruin offense, they have been averaging just a couple of touchdowns a game through their first 3 games this year. And a completion down inside the 15 for a first down. Dorian Thompson-Robinson to Kyle Phillips. So Thompson-Robinson, the sophomore from Las Vegas, and a big-time recruit coming out of high school, the number 2 dual-threat quarterback in the country out of Bishop Gorman. On first down, they'll roll him out. The toss into the end zone, incomplete. He had one of his tight ends, Asiasi, wide open.
Yeah, DTR, he knows it. Asiasi, a little misdirection coming across the field. You'll watch him here come, stop, and slant. They'll bring all the activity to the right, and then they'll slip it out, just pop it over. He just overthrows him on that play. Missed opportunity, and bet that's been an issue. Accuracy issues for him when he's passing the football. When it's clean, though, he can make some big plays.
Shift a couple of tight ends to the right side, and on second down, to the air again, and a completion for a touchdown to Joshua Kelley. 14 yards on the strike, and the Bruins cash in the turnover.
Yeah, wide open coming out in the flat, a little miscommunication. Nobody picks up the tailback out of the backfield. It's about the easiest touchdown bet that you'll ever get for a running back. It's a heck of a start for UCLA.
Molson on to attempt the extra point. A team that has struggled to force turnovers, a team that has struggled to score. Boom, couple of quick answers in the first 2 minutes here for UCLA. The pick and the pass for 6.
Got to make plays on defense. UCLA does it early, gets the big interception, and then guess what? They get a freebie on the outside. They're up early, 7-0.
Chip Kelley now in his second season at UCLA. A rough start last year, 3-9. The 0-3 start this year. And after tremendous success, Anthony, during his time at Oregon that included a trip to the national championship game, the Bruins have really been bothered by injuries and a lot of inexperience. They're going to go tonight with 2 freshmen on the left side of their offensive line trying to crank up that offense.
And Beth, he's been sick and tired of people saying, you know, what about the Oregon offense? When are we going to see it? It's a completely different roster, completely different style. You're going to see shifts and motions. You're going to see tackles moving. They're just doing things differently. They have different personnel, and he's working with what he has, and they're young players right now.
And a terrific start, points off of the takeaway. On the other side, Mike Leach, now in his 8th season. And last year, the 11-2 record, Pac-12 Coach of the Year, and a school record for wins. And as we've come to expect, tremendous through the air with the air raid offense. But how does Anthony Gordon and this offense respond to that turnover just a moment ago? And they'll answer with a first down to Travell Harris, the sophomore out of Tampa.
And that little piece of paper, Beth, you saw on his hand, guess what that is? That's his play sheet. It's not very big. A couple little hand movements here and there. There's no cards involved. It's very simplistic, but very difficult to cover if you're on defense.
Gordon. Easop Winston. Let's take a look at tonight's keys to the game, brought to you by John Deere.
Well, they must run the football. And, Rocky talked to me. We've been talking about this all week, just about the quarterback getting involved more to get those rushing yards up. And Washington State rarely gets to third down, Beth. There are a heavy first and second down team, a lot of conversions. Can they convert those third downs if they get them today?
They had one on their first drive, could not extend the drive, 0 for 1. And they won't need a third down here. First down for Winston, out close to midfield.
So, folks, as you're watching this offense work, you're going to see the mainstay in the air raid. It's crossing routes in the middle. Could be crossing routes at 5 yards, 6 yards, or 10 yards. And you're going to get that rub in the middle of the field between the defenders and offensive receivers. That will also help the deep ball, pull safeties down. If that happens, look for a few deep throws vertically in this offense.
And a lot of different weapons. There are 19 touchdowns this year, scored by 9 different guys. And that time, UCLA was ready for the Max Borghi run, a loss of a yard. And was there a flag thrown right in the middle of the field?
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 97. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run. First down.
That's going to be on Isabor there, the face mask of the ball carrier, Borghi.
Try to trick you here and pop out. Not showing where everybody's going in this formation here, Beth. Watch them all fly out.
Yeah.
Try to get the defense. Get up on the line quick.
From 5 in the backfield to 5 wide. Gordon with time, rifles that one complete down inside the 25 to Winston, who's already got his 3rd catch of this first quarter and a gain of 14.
It's all about completions. The number one thing that Coach Leach wants from his quarterback is accuracy. You see the ball right in the hands of the receivers. They move the chains. That's why they never get the third down.
Gordon is pushing 80% for a completion rate. That's how good he's been through the first 3 games. Off a play action, and he's in a world of hurt, and he's able to get away from it. And will just backhand it out of bounds. Rocky?
Some nice man coverage right there by UCLA, helped by Darnay Holmes. Made his first start last week. He's a 5-star athlete, great cover guy. Really hope he can make a difference here in this game with so much passing that Washington State does.
Yeah, he's coming back from injury, and they could really use his consistency, his leadership, big play kind of guy.
He's at the top of the screen here, Beth. How effective, though, can you be when you got 5 wides? Not always going to go his way. Lots of factors that other players have to pick up.
He's up top on Winston right now.
Free play.
And across the middle, down inside the 5 to Tay Martin. After the flag, as UCLA jumped, a gain of 19, first and goal.
In the neutral zone at the snap, defense number 92. The penalties declined. The result of the play is a first down.
One of the areas, Beth, on defense that they've struggled is the middle of the field. Last week, big plays against UCLA's defense. Washington State striking early in the middle.
Borghi's the offset back here next to Gordon. Behind that big offensive line, and it's batted down at the line of scrimmage. A lot of traffic. Chris Barnes got a hand on it.
Lucier South got some pressure on that play. They had Max Borghi blocking him. I don't know if I like that matchup, the running back.
Well, you like it if you're UCLA, right?
Correct.
Chip Kelley will take that matchup.
I know, Rocky, you mentioned a snap count for number 11, Lucier South on the edge here. Remember, he hasn't played in 2 weeks.
Tay Martin is the lone receiver to the left. Borghi on the move. The sidearm for 6. Gordon to Winston. Blake Mazza, the sophomore from Plano, Texas, on to attempt the extra point. Cougs go 75 yards in under 3 minutes. And the PAT to tie it up. Anthony Gordon, what up, Mahomes? Little sidearm action, Anthony.
Yeah, you know, you're right. And Josh Woods had the interception on the first drive. Now watch him sink and get lost this time. And now there's a lot of area to throw the football. And look at that little sidearm throw. Being able to do that has really made this quarterback special for Washington State.
ESPN College Football is presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Yeah, his 2 years here at Washington State were memorable back in the late 80s for Dennis Erickson. Honored just a moment ago, a new addition to the College Football Hall of Fame, and that fabulous 1988 team that picked up the first bowl win since the early 1900s. And that great team of Tim Rosenbach, Steve Broussard, Tim Stallworth leading the way for the Cougs. It's a terrific class, by the way, going into the Hall of Fame. Let's check into the studio right now, and Matt Berry.
Beth, I got to be honest with you. I'm a little bitter with Dennis Erickson. Coach Erickson was with the Salt Lake City Stallions in the AAF. They beat us in the fourth quarter when I was with San Diego Fleet.
I still got my Fleet t-shirt.
A little bitter.
As a big fan. We've got a 7-7 ball game here on the Palouse, and Asi across the middle, first down UCLA. Rocky?
Yeah, guys, during that entire last break there, Chip Kelley furious with the referee, asking how could you call that face mask penalty that gave them the extra yards and kept that drive going. He's not understanding how that could be called.
Thank you, Rocky. Well, that kept alive the drive for Washington State. Gordon drove him right down the field.
Check this formation out, folks. Everybody is attached.
And they'll try and run it up the middle, and Washington State was not having any of it. I'm not going to say there were too many tight ends on the field, Anthony, but you be the judge.
You got 9 blockers. How do you lose a yard on this one, for crying out loud? But hey, that's a heck of a play, getting on the inside. They got some very athletic linebackers getting underneath, and that's the biggest thing I've seen on film. Offensive linemen getting beat with quicknesses on slants and movement. That's what Washington State likes to do.
Second down and long. There you see the pre-snap shifting by that D-line. And another gain out across the 40 to the 41. Good second effort right there for Demetric Felton.
Beth, you mentioned the pre-snap shifting by Washington State. That's going to be the game within the game. Washington State wants to shift, but then also UCLA offensively, so many formations. A real chess match going on up front here tonight.
Flag down back in the secondary.
The coach on the field, or what?
Illegal substitution. Defense, 12 players in formation. The 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
We got 12 people, Beth. You know what that means.
Are you getting your counter out?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I circled a ref here. He actually goes there. It's 12 guys. Tried to get off late, tried to be sneaky. Referee caught it.
Costly, it's a first down. Quick hitter to the outside. That's Jalen Irwin for this Bruin offense. Once again, they will be without Theo Howard, who is out again tonight for UCLA. They'll have to go with some other guys. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, a 14-yard touchdown pass to Joshua Kelley out of the backfield, the score earlier. Kelley, powerful, down to the 45-yard line. He's about a yard short of the marker. Nnamdi Aguayo on the tackle up front.
That's a big tackle, too, because Kelley was about to break that, and that's that read option. Last week, DTR was able to run the ball effectively, trying to get up quick on this third down.
Kelley, they had him momentarily, and he will work his way for the first down and an extra yard through the grasp of Jihad Woods and Bryce Beekman.
And that's what UCLA must do, is run the ball. Since Chip Kelley has been a head coach, he's never finished out of the top 10 rushing the football. It's the cornerstone of his entire offense.
And good for the Bruins to have Kelley back. He missed a couple of games. Time for Thompson-Robinson, and a strike down to the 25-yard line, and Devin Asiasi. And a gain of 14.
He's become one of his favorite targets, Beth. Last week, he had 3 catches for 71 yards. And watch him. When he gets time, look at that. Carving the knife in between 3 defenders. Devin Asiasi's become a big target, 6'3", 260, finding open spaces.
Good tempo right now for UCLA. Quarterback going to run with it. He's not going to slide either. Slams into the DB down around the 21-yard line. And Derek Langford.
He's not a big guy, Beth, just a click under 200 pounds. But I think that's the difference right there. I think his legs, he's trying to protect himself, had some big runs last week. This could be a game changer for UCLA moving forward, his ability to run.
He'll hand it off. That's Demetric Felton, their leading rusher and receiver through the first 3 weeks. They'll get in a fresh tight end. One thing that Chip Kelley was talking about this week, you know, he had great success with the Philadelphia Eagles with a couple of good tight ends in Ertz and Seelig. So he likes this tight end room.
That's all he was preaching to me before the game. He kept pointing them all out. Look at 88, look at 86, 87. He's got a bunch.
Pressure coming. Thompson-Robinson gets away from it, slings it into the end zone, incomplete. That was Darren Langford who had a beat on the quarterback. 2nd and 10.
It's a good job eluding pressure. And this again, once he gets down the passing and he starts to become more effective, that ability to get outside the pocket and keep his eyes down the field is going to pay big dividends right now. But protection has to be better. This offensive line has to figure it out. They're young up front. They need to get better week by week. So far, it's been sluggish to start the season.
Caught inside the 15-yard line, Joshua Kelley. And the start now for Dorian. He's hit 7 of his first 9 throws. And it's a 3rd down coming up here in about 5. Thompson-Robinson tried to drop it off to Asiasi, and well, it may have been better served to just run it himself right there.
I think you're right, Beth. I mean, really, he has him wide open. Just flick it to him. You can almost pitch it to him. Watch this. Tight end's going to come down underneath. You can run it. You can throw it. Either way, that's got to be 100% completion percentage every single time, and that's been the ups and downs right now of this UCLA team.
So this will
J.J. Molson, the kicker, Beth, 0 for 2 on the season. This has been an issue for this team.
31-yard attempt. And he's got it. The first of the year for the Bruin kicking game. And a 10-7 lead, under 5 to go in the first. Welcome back to the Pac-12 on ESPN. Beautiful night here in Pullman, Washington. A little cool, 60 degrees. And not only is Gardner Minshew wearing the jorts tonight, but so is Butch T. Cougar. There's Gardner in all his glory. Headband stash, the cutoffs. We have not yet identified the brand or whether or not he cut them. Does he have someone who would cut those for him?
So did the Cougar give him the shorts, or did he bring
this
shorts
is all unknown
for the Cougar?
I'm
just saying, we got to find that out, Rocky. It's big time.
Major street cred if he cut them himself. That's the difference.
Of course, he was the starter here a year ago before he moved on to Jacksonville in the NFL. And Luke Falka starting quarterback this week for those Jets. And look at what Anthony Gordon's doing so far through the first 3 games. Better accuracy, more touchdowns. He does have an additional pick here in the first half tonight.
You know what I like? When he makes a decision and he finds his guy, it comes out of his hands very quickly, and he's very authoritative with it, and he knows where he wants to go with the football, and that's why he's got that completion percentage way up.
He did follow that interception with a touchdown pass. They'll run it here with Deion McIntosh. Rocky?
Anthony, you mentioned how the ball comes out quickly. If you're a defender, you get your break on the ball. He's going to go with that ball, but with Gordon, and it comes out so quick, they can't get a jump on the ball, thus no interceptions, thus no pass breakups.
Yeah, and you saw it on the last series on the score. The defensive lineman pulled out. He had no idea where he was going with it, and he hits that zone quick. It's a big play.
Both quarterbacks so far tonight, 70% accuracy. Trying the deep ball, and the reach, and the catch by Patman. And the big fella hauls it in. Desmond at 6'4", 225, reaches for it.
I thought this guy was Calvin Johnson for a second when I saw him on the field. He's huge. Big extension. Look at the biceps on this guy. And he's got some huge hands. He barely gets up in the air. That's a matchup right there going against Darnay Holmes, a 5-star coming out of high school. That's a key tonight.
.35 yards on that hookup. They'll try the tunnel screen. Nothing inside. So Fisher tries the out route instead for a short gain. To the studio right now, Matt Berry. Well, the Dogs, 10-point lead over the Irish in the fourth quarter. Texas up 13 on Oklahoma State. The other big games going on tonight. Had a few upsets around the country. And, well, of course, near the top of the rankings, folks were rolling and records were falling around the country. In particular, Joe Burrow at LSU and Tua Tagovailoa at Alabama, and Justin Fields.
Did he have 6 1/4? I heard that rumor that was going around. 6 touchdowns accounted for in a quarter. I mean, who we playing or who's playing defense?
Things should start to heat up a little bit as we move into conference play. Of course, this is the opener tonight for Washington State and UCLA. Tay Martin down to about the 27-yard line, and it's 4th down as that one will be shy of the marker. And what's Mike Leach going to do right here?
I got to think he's going to go here. I don't know if he rarely uses his punter. He'd rather not. He's got plenty of plays in that little play sheet there to get him 3 or 4 yards, that's for sure.
Offense stays. Gordon, incomplete. Terrific pressure coming right at him from Keyshawn Lucier South. And the Bruin defense holds, and they'll take over on downs.
Arconado's his go-to guy in those 3rd or 4th down situations. And watch, when he runs this route, he's basically running a corner, but he does 2 moves instead of 1, and it kind of tricks Anthony Gordon. Watch, a move there and then a move there. The ball's already in the air on the angle he was originally. They're not on the same page. Watch it, a double move, and that gets him off pace. And then you see it right here. He's frustrated because of it.
Really impressed right now with the amount of pressure UCLA's defense is getting on Gordon. Haven't seen that much this season so far.
Well, and Rocky, you pointed out the return of Lucier South. We've already seen him with an impact. And now the Bruins, after that last drive of 13 plays and over 5.5 minutes to grab the lead, they're back at it again.
I don't want to point it out, Beth, but there are 4 tight ends on the field right now, folks. 4 tight ends on the field for Chip Kelley's offense. And 2 of them just jumped off sides. Just when I give him love, Rocky, I can't win.
Well, live by him, die by him, you know.
5 penalty flags from 6 from 6 locations. I'm not sure if there's an official out there that has his flag in his belt right now.
Prior to the false start by the offense, illegal substitution defense, 12 players in formation. The 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Chris Coit, our referee tonight, he and his pinstripers have caught him twice with too many men on the field.
Well, I think what's going on, guys, is they're trying to match up personnel-wise Washington State's defenses, but UCLA's running so many guys on off the field, they're getting them caught.
Joshua Kelley will carry it for a couple yards. You may have heard Rocky on the run just a moment ago from one end of the field to the other to get ahead of the action.
Got to get my steps in, Beth.
I was tired on the first step watching you, Rocky, on that one.
I stay in shape down
Get that guy a towel. He's breaking a sweat for crying out loud.
2nd and 6, Bruins.
And Beth, just as they condensed with 4 tight ends, now they spread them out. These are some mismatch problems here with size.
On the ground and a pickup of a few more out to about the 44-yard line. Jihad Woods, the leading tackler for this Cougar defense with the play.
When I got the depth chart for UCLA, I only had like 4 wide receivers that were on my card. They don't have a lot of them, so they got some taller, younger tight ends, some skinnier guys, some mismatch guys, but they don't have a lot of experience. But right now, that's what Chip Kelley has to work with from a personnel standpoint.
Robinson caught, and down he goes. Cosmas Quete, the true freshman. And it's 4th down, and now a decision for Chip Kelley. And they'll run the punter out.
Quete, what a great job by him. Watch him on the inside, fall off. He's getting held, makes a tackle. Beth, he played 12 snaps last week as a true freshman, 3 tackles, and he also had a forced fumble. That's pretty good production for their defensive player as a freshman.
Wade Lees, the Australian, back to punt. Traven Harris back at his own 15-yard line for Washington State. That kick is short, and it's touched by a Bruin at the 21-yard line, and that will also take care of the first quarter. And a UCLA offense that had been struggling for points, they put 10 of them on the board thanks to a pick and the pass for 6. And the 3-point lead over Washington State tonight in Pullman. ESPN College Football Prime Time presented by Geico. And after scoring just 7 first quarter points in their first 3 games, UCLA with a 10 spot tonight at Martin Stadium and the 10-7 lead over number 19 Washington State, as the Bruins seek their first win of the season against a Cougar side that is 3-0 so far through the year, and top 10 in the country for this offense in passing, scoring, and total O. Anthony Gordon, the touchdown pass to Easop Winston in that first quarter, their touchdown strike. And Gordon with the blitz coming, picked up by the Cougars, incomplete. Out across the 40 looking for Renard Bell. Here's a look at tonight's PlayStation Player Impact Rating. The PlayStation Player Impact Rating will rank college football players by the impact they make on the field of play. And the high number for Washington State is their man in the middle, Frederick Mauingoa, making his 30th consecutive start. He's on the Remington watch as one of the best centers in the country, and leads that line that has only allowed Gordon to be sacked 3 times this year. down the middle and caught at midfield by the leading receiver this year for the Cougars, Brandon Arconato.
Arconato does all the dirty work as a receiver. He's in the middle of the field. Look at three defenders coming and converging on him here. Look at the accuracy. And you know what? He knows he's going to get hit. He falls down to the ground. He pulls it in. Every single game I've watched him, he continues to make those tough catches in the middle of the field.
Gain of 22 for the former walk-on, who Coach Mike Leach really singled out as being a hard worker. He's gotten bigger, stronger, faster over the course of his time here in Pullman. And it's paying dividends. Deep downfield again. And another first down to Arconato. Got in front of Darnay Holmes for another 22.
It's been a problem. The middle of this defense for UCLA, Rocky, a lot of yards getting on the passing game against them.
Couple backs here. Borghi and McIntosh in the backfield. Looking to go over the top, and the reach out, and the catch is made by Winston. And that's his second touchdown of the ball game, 28 yards from Gordon. Three straight pass plays, AB, of over 20.
Yeah, it's one-on-one, and he's going to shake him with speed. The safety stays in the middle. A lot of space to throw the football. And if you're the top accuracy throwing quarterback in college football, guess what? Nobody's going to be home. Beautiful ball location. Excellent catch, route. Well done.
Extra point is good, and Washington State grabs the lead early in this second quarter. Anthony Gordon, 2 TD hookups with Winston.
Got to be able to win one-on-ones, Beth. You got to find a way to get space. Young receivers, you see the distance between the DB and the wide receiver? That's money.
Well, next Saturday night, we'll have number 6 Ohio State and Nebraska coming your way live from Lincoln. The Buckeyes have won the last 4 against the Huskers, and they've won big. 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central on ABC and your ESPN app. It was another big night for Ohio State, or a big day today over Miami of Ohio. Justin Fields, 6 touchdowns he was responsible for. And the fair catch in the end zone and out to the 25, and we'll check back in with the studio. Several upsets today. Little wheel route incomplete out to the 35. Let's see, of course, Pitt shocked UCF, ending their playoff hopes. SMU, an upset winner over TCU, and Appalachian State does it again as they beat North Carolina earlier today.
Pitt won that game on a Philly special, and I called it. I saw the quarterback faking down the line. I was like, oh man, we're not going to do it. And it worked. Unbelievable game.
Dubbed the Pitt special, although I think the Primanti Brothers special may have been another good name for it.
Oh man, that's a great spot.
We got a 14-10 game. Washington State just grabbing the lead on its last possession. Flags flying behind Demetric Felton as he tried to get around the edge. Beth Mullins, Anthony Becht, Rocky Boyman with you tonight.
Offense, number 70. 10-yard penalty. Replay second down.
That'll be on Alec Anderson, one of those 2 freshmen on the left side.
Yeah, he's just kind of got his hands outside the framework of the defender. Not a good place to have those hands, and those are the technique issues that these young offensive linemen, he's a redshirt freshman, get their hands inside if they want to block these defensive linemen.
He's alongside Sean Ryan, their big recruit, the true freshman at left tackle. 2nd and 20. Dorian Thompson-Robinson downfield. First down out across the 45 to Kyle Phillips.
Good protection. Work the middle of the field. He got man-on-man coverage. Watch him come into your screen right here, right in the hole. I'll tell you what, I've liked DTR's accuracy early on in this football game, Beth. He's been on point. He's been able to make some plays with his arms and his legs.
75% accuracy tonight, and his next passing yard will be his 100th here in the first half. Back to the ground game. Joshua Kelley, their 1,000-yard rusher from a year ago, churns those legs. Boy, they're happy to have him back healthy. 6 times a year ago, he had 100-yard games for them. The offense started to find its legs late in the season. They averaged almost 30 points a game the second half of the year when they had Wilson Spade at quarterback. They also had a terrific tight end in Caleb Wilson, and a healthy Kelley and Theo Howard. And back to the ground right here with Kelley, wrapped up by Jihad Woods, and a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
Another reason why they're packing it all inside, Beth. These defensive linemen for Washington State are very light. 260, 270, 255. They get the big bodies in there. They can lean on them early in downs.
They're going to whistle this play dead. Although one of the D linemen did not apparently hear the whistle, and flags are flying everywhere.
I'll be honest with you, Beth, I didn't hear the whistle either. I don't know if I'd penalize the defensive lineman. I believe that was 90.
Let's see, they separated Will Rogers there. Messiona was also
prior to the
in the
snap,
middle.
False start. Offense, number 73. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down. After the play, offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. Defense number 90. Offense number 73. Their first of the game. The penalty's offset. Still 3rd down.
I didn't hear the whistle. I don't think 90. He looks like he's trying to pull up late on that. I get it. I don't know if that's a good call. Unfortunately, that's what happens. Your offensive lineman now comes back, wants to protect his guy, Beth. Either way, you went from 3rd to short to 3rd and long.
Guys, I did not hear a whistle down here on the field either.
That was Jake Burton, the right tackle. Iolupo Teabei, number 90, the nose defensively for Washington State. So now it's 3rd and 9. DTR steps up, dives out to midfield, and that will be well short. Willie Taylor got to him, held him to just a couple, and it's 4th down.
It's a good job of just setting the pocket for him. He's able to step up, but the coverage was fantastic by Washington State. DTR's trying to get the ball down there, but nobody's open. It's a good tackle there to get that stop and preventing a big run by the quarterback.
Wade Lees on to punt. Traven Harris back around the 10-yard line. High end over end. And the fair catch for Harris at the 11. 39 yards on the punt. Lands it inside the 20, and the Cougs coming back out.
ESPN College Football, brought to you by Infinity. Empower the drive. And Xfinity. Get the ultimate in-home Wi-Fi experience with Xfinity XFi.
That would be the Bear Research, Conservation, and Education Center here at Washington State. About a dozen Grizzlies on hand. They're trained from birth to take part in humane-approved research. And from the Grizzlies to the Cougars, it's a Gardner Minshew world, folks. We're just living in it.
Look, I don't know how many games he's got left with him with Jacksonville, how long it's going to last, but This guy's my hero right now, man. It's pretty sweet.
That, by the way, is a bolo with a Cougar head on it. And, of course, you've probably seen the jorts that he is sporting. We can only hope they're a pair of Jordache or Sassoons, but I don't have any clarification yet. And let's check into the studio for an update. Wow, great one going on tonight between the hedges. We'd like to welcome those of you that may have been watching Texas beat Oklahoma State tonight. And a 14-10 lead. Anthony Gordon with 2 touchdown passes to Easop Winston tonight. And he'll leg it out, and a late flag, and I think this is going to go against Max Borghi, the running back for the Cougars, at the tail end of that play.
Got to be smart here. Carl Jones, number 35, breaks free. Good job of eluding him. And Max
Result
Borghi.
of the play is 3rd down. After the play, personal foul, late hit, offense, number 21. Half the distance to the goal. The down counts, 3rd down.
Yeah, you see right here, defenders pulling up, quarterback's way out of bounds. That's going to get called every time.
That was on Carl Jones, who is still down injured on the sideline. The athletic trainers for UCLA are over attending to him. As he gets help to his feet. So what was going to be 3rd down and short is now 3rd down and about a dozen. Back inside their own 10-yard line.
Rare territory here, Beth. 3rd down has not been a play that they'd have to work on much. They're rarely in it.
1 for 3 so far tonight. They'll let Borghi make amends, and he's breaking tackles, and he's got the 1st down. Out to midfield, still on his feet. The spin, and finally hauled down inside the 35-yard line. And a run of 56 yards.
I'll tell you, does he remind you of somebody, Beth? I'm just saying. There was a guy a couple years ago from Stanford, McCaffrey. Look at this guy. Does he resemble him? He's got quick feet. He's fast. He's jumping over guys. I'm telling you, these guys are like spitting images of each other. Both athletic. I like this Borghi kid. Huge run. Watch this. Once he gets through, it's a great call, by the way, on 3rd down. They get the draw. Just when you think it's over with this kid, he spins out of it. He's electric. He's strong. That's how you give some payback for getting a personal foul on the play.
On a 3rd and 12 at their own 10-yard line, a 56-yard run. And back in a moment.
Welcome back to Martin Stadium, 14-10 Washington State, and I am down here with the most famous guy in Pullman, maybe the most famous guy in the country right now, Gardner Minshew. Gardner, what's this year been like? I mean, just a year ago, kind of getting some fame around this area. Fast forward, nationally known. What's this been like?
Man, it's been crazy. I've been so blessed. I have so many good people around me, starting here at Washington State with Coach Leach, the staff, all the guys on the team, and then going to an awesome staff, awesome teammates with Jacksonville. Super fortunate to be where I'm at.
What was like your first start last week with Jacksonville? Tell me about that.
Oh, man, it's huge. You know, being a late round guy, I know I may only get one shot, so I've got to make the most of it. So I got it right now, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do.
So as we can see, you're kind of an eccentric kind of guy. Where does this come from? Have you always been like this?
I mean, I think, you know, one of the biggest things as a quarterback, you got to have confidence in yourself, because you got to have people to be confident in you. So if you don't have confidence in yourself, you won't be able to lead a team, and I think that's one of the biggest things I can bring to the table. And
lastly, Gardner, what's it like being back here? Home crowd loving on you. What's this like?
Oh, man, this is home, man. I was here for about 6 months, but, man, they adopted me, made me, you know, one of their sons. Any chance I can get back here, I'm going to.
Very good. Congratulations on everything.
Thank you.
Guys, probably maybe a future mayor of Pullman one day.
Yeah, you believe it.
Did he cut his own jorts?
He's got the. Hey, last question. Did you cut your own jorts or did you buy them like that?
No, absolutely. I cut my own.
See, major street cred for that.
Of course.
That's all the difference, man. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I would never cut my $200 jeans, Beth, but hey, if it works for him, it works. This guy's been awesome. One thing I've seen him as a player, what he's done early on, he's just having fun and he plays loose. Sometimes as NFL players and quarterbacks, you get so, bagged down with the game plan and the pressures. He's just having fun, man, balling out, and that works for him, and it's been pretty good so far.
A lot of other folks trying to take his lead. That was almost caught and then bobbled and intercepted. Patman had it, lost it, and Darnay Holmes snatched it out of the air.
I'll tell you, there's a reason why Holmes is one of the best DBs in the country. That's great coordination. Patman's got it in his hands here. He's got separation. He just took his head off the ball the last second. Listen, your hands will always cheat on you, Beth. Keep your eyes on the football till you catch it. Right there, he took it off. Pops up in the air, Johnny on the spot for Holmes. It's a big play now. UCLA's offense has to find a way to move the football down the field.
2 takeaways in their first 3 games, and now 2 takeaways in the first half tonight for the Bruins. And they'll give it right back. Bad decision by Thompson-Robinson, and it's taken away by Skylar Thomas.
See DTR looking at the screen. It's a mesh route in the middle. They're going to cross. Watch Thomas. He just stays in his zone and follows the quarterback's eyes. He sees the wide receiver coming at him, and he jumps right in front of it. Bad read right there. When it's zone, you got to sit down as a receiver. And look who's happy on the sidelines. Not only does he have the jorts on, but he created a jacket, matching jacket as well. This guy's all on it. It's getting chilly down there. He's excited.
Guys, he told me he got used to the South. He got used to being down in Florida. He's a little cold, so he had to find a jacket.
A long way from Duval. Completion down to the 10-yard line. We'd like to welcome those of you that have been watching Georgia beat Notre Dame tonight. A thriller right down to the wire in Athens. At a 14-10 lead for the Cougars of Washington State, one of the 3 remaining unbeatens through the first month here for the Pac-12. And perhaps with a potent offense that may be their best chance to try and run the table and be in the playoff conversation at the end of the year. And it's the 3rd touchdown toss of the first half for Anthony Gordon, this time to Travell Harris. Mazza for the extra point. And it's good, 21-10 Cougars. And Anthony Gordon with a big first half.
Next level quarterback skills. Watch this, defender's hands up. Watch him get it in front of the receiver. Great catch. Bounce it outside, receivers are blocking. Big play, and guess who likes it? Go, go. He's going in, he loves it. Watch it with the little fist pump. Touchdown, Washington State.
7 different guys have caught a pass tonight from Anthony Gordon. 3 of those resulting in touchdowns. And a 21-10 lead. And a big second quarter so far for the Cougars after they trailed 14-10. Excuse me, 10-7 at the end of the first. Have not had to punt yet tonight. And this is Felton on the receiving end of the kickoff. Weaving his way out across the 35, breaking a tackle. And he is gone. Flag down at the 20-yard line behind him as Felton takes it home.
Sideline judge Beth ran into a UCLA coach. I saw it happen right before me here.
Man, you gotta be kidding me. What are we doing? That coach is.
Chip Kelley is about to blow a gasket here.
Kelley has turned around looking for the culprit on that sideline.
And guys, I'm not even sure it was a coach. It might even just be like an administrative guy. I have no idea.
I think it was,
The
Rocky.
result of the play is a touchdown. During the play, sideline interference, receiving team. The 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
So they will keep the score on the return for Demetric Felton. He takes it 100 yards for the Bruins.
I mean, first of all, it's a heck of a run. Watch right here. This guy's going to lose his credential next week, Beth, I think, because he jumps on the field. He comes from way. He starts sneaking back into the crowd there. I'm not quite sure if he's staffed.
He's trying to disappear, Anthony. That's what he's trying to do.
Back into the bushes, the hedges, right? Just got to go back in. Oh, boy.
PAT is good. Cue the Homer Simpson gif back into the shrubbery. But take nothing away from Demetric Felton on the return.
This was sick. Look at his jump cut, moving around. Yeah, he's a running back, but he played wide receiver last year. I need to get the ball in this guy's hands a little more. This is a huge momentum swing. Just when you think Washington State, Beth, is pulling away, UCLA comes back with a huge play.
First career kick return touchdown, and it's every yard out there for Demetric Felton. And a 21-17 game with just under 8 to go here in the first half. And a UCLA team that is averaging 14 a game. And a struggling offense. They are finding some rhythm here in the first half against undefeated Washington State.
Bet they came into this game with only 8 plays over 20 yards. I know that's not an offensive play, but that's truly one that could jumpstart the football team. And Mike Leach is thinking, man, you know, how do I pull away from this? This has been the best effort first half-wise for UCLA the entire season. Can they hang on, though, with this arsenal that Washington State has on offense?
Now, will the penalty end up being costly, as UCLA will have to kick off from its own 20, putting the Wazoo deep man at his own 20. After one of the referees, the sideline judge, ran into someone on the UCLA sideline during the return. So instead of at their own 25, the Cougars will have it out at their own 40, and we'll check in with Matt Barrett. Thank you, Matt. Yeah, the Pac-12 has a huge weekend coming up next week. There are 6 ranked teams, and a lot of them going head-to-head. The schedule next week: Washington State at Utah, USC at Washington, and Arizona State at Cal. Of course, the Bears, a huge road win for the Pac-12. They went to SEC country and got a win today at Ole Miss. Washington looked really good, whipping up on BYU in Provo today. And then Oregon, 3 touchdown passes for Justin Herbert. They beat Stanford this evening. And that's Travell Harris, cut down just shy of midfield. 6 teams in the rankings. Cal off to the strong start, and a big win for USC and Coach Clay Helton as they upset Utah at home. Matt Fink coming off the bench, the 3rd stringer with a huge night pairing up with Michael Pittman.
Fink could have easily went into the transfer portal, Beth. He decided to stay, and you know what? I got to credit that kid for being ready for the moment. Stepped up big, and that's a monster win for Coach Helton and his players.
Suddenly USC is back in business with the tough schedule that they have. They could make some noise. Not only good through the air, but good on the ground as well for Anthony Gordon. Sliding safely for the first down and 17 yards.
Gordon's got a little swag to him now after he goes and takes these hits. Kind of find him running around the pocket, just no one home. This offensive line doesn't get talked about much, Beth. They do protect him. See him slide, and look, he's looking to talk to somebody. It's kind of his little MO, man. He gets fired up. He's quiet when you see him practicing, but he's got a little moxie to him.
I believe a couple weeks ago he got a taunting penalty after a big play running down, told the defender what he thought of him. So moxie for sure.
If you're a lineman, though, wouldn't you block for a guy that did?
Absolutely, no question.
Borghi breaks a tackle in the backfield, and look at the effort down to the 20-yard line. Lucier South had him for a loss, couldn't hang on.
He's got quicks, he's got movement, but you know what, man? He's looking for contact. He may jump over you, or he may run over you like this. I mean, heck, he's on the ground, his knees hit, and he's still grinding his legs. I like this kid, Beth. He's only a true sophomore. He's one of the top pass catchers out of the backfield as a true freshman last year with 53 catches. He can do it all.
Set the school freshman record last year with his 12 touchdowns. Look at the time for him to direct traffic. Gordon down inside the 5 to Tay Martin. And it's 1st and goal, Cougars.
Not only can he catch the ball, but he can pass protect. Cutting him down gives Anthony Gordon just enough time to work the softest part of this UCLA defense, the middle of the field.
And Anthony, he is so calm and cool in that pocket. Not flustered at all, just kind of shifts, moves around, and always knows where to go with the football.
Chance to respond quickly to the UCLA touchdown. Gordon batted down. That was KLS who got a paw up there.
Good to see him back, Beth, again. Getting a lot of reps. He's been on the field quite a bit here in the first half. Remember, he didn't play the first 2 games like Rocky had said earlier on, but they need this guy. That Coach Kelley talked to me. He said, look, we got to find a way to get a pass rush in this football game today. So far, they haven't been able to get to Gordon, but that's going to be key moving forward in their schedule.
Gordon out of the gun. Under duress, sneaks away from the initial rush and gets down to the 2-yard line.
Look at him now.
Be careful. I know. You know, it gets a little messy down there by the goal line. You commit to that inside run, you're going to be hitting some heavyweights in there. He's tough, though, man. I'll tell you, I'm impressed. This kid's a real deal now. If he continues to play the way he is, he's going to be on NFL boards. The success lately of some of these quarterbacks out of Washington State, we would have never said that in the past. These guys are NFL ready coming out in this offense.
Both Luke Falk and Gardner Minshew starters this week in the NFL. Their last 2 starting quarterbacks here in Pullman. Josh Rosen also getting a start. Former UCLA quarterback, and it's the 4th touchdown pass of the half for Anthony Gordon and the 3rd catch for a touchdown for Easop Winston. The guy throws an interception and it only makes him angry. And he responds with 4 touchdown tosses. Extra is good. 3 scores in this second quarter for Washington State.
Yeah, you know, it just finds the open windows. But this receivers on the outside have done a great job. Watch Winston shaking big. Now, way too many steps for me, but that's a heck of a job. You get the corner on his heels, Rocky, there's no way he's going to be able to cover you one-on-one.
Yeah, these receivers do such a good job of just finding the softness in the zone, finding the weakness in the coverage. And the most important thing is the quarterback, Gordon, just knows where to go with the football.
Well, and can't say for certain whether or not the sideline penalty ended up hurting them, but it certainly didn't help to give this Washington State offense the extra yardage. Well, this season, Taco Bell is celebrating student sections and passionate fans like these by awarding the Live Más Student Section of the Year. The Wazoo Cougar student section is already on the national watch list. Go to ESPN.com/Taco Bell to see how your school can compete or get the committee's attention by using hashtag Live Más Student Section Contest. An anthracite out tonight. The student section has been terrific so far this evening. 28-17 Wazoo. Let's check in again with the studio, Matt. Well, you got, let's see, both the Fighting Galloways and the Fighting Jesse Palmers undefeated. Florida with a win today. Ohio State also victorious. Kyle Trask, first start since he was a freshman in high school in the Swamp. A couple of TD throws as they beat up on Tennessee today. And Justin Fields, believe it or not, the amazing year last year for Dwayne Haskins in Columbus. So far, Fields has produced even more scores as the Bruins will run it here on second down. It's going to bring up third and a couple.
Those third downs come up quick, Beth, for UCLA. They're trying to speed the tempo up as they rotate players. Got to move the chains here.
And that won't get it done. Jahad Woods with the push up the middle, and it's fourth down.
Yeah, Jahad Woods. He is not the biggest linebacker, but he plays big. He's a little undersized, but he truly is the leader of the defense coming through here in the middle. And if you don't block him and come off double teams to get to the second level, you're going to have blowups in the backfield. Again, some problems that show up front sometimes with young offensive linemen is they get a little heavy on those defensive linemen and don't finish the job right there, an unblocked linebacker coming through.
All right, now you're looking at giving this Washington State offense another nearly 3 minutes to try and get more points up.
55.
And Anthony, going back to what you were saying there about Woods, that's all started by how aggressively Washington State's defense plays their gaps. Some teams just kind of want to be in their gaps. Their defense shoots their gaps. It creates a clean picture for the linebackers, and you saw what happens there with Woods.
Yeah, Tracy Claeys, the defensive coordinator, has really made this defense continue to take it to the next level. You talked about attack and defenses. He doesn't like when the offensive linemen have a chance to react when you play them up square. He wants to take advantage of them, penetrating every single play, and right now it's working for him.
So 4th and 4 for Wade Lees, with Harris back deep again. Booming blast from Lees, and Harris all the way back to his 10-yard line, and it'll go down there. 59 yards on the punt, and a big one for Lees. Well, a reminder that Boomer and TJ are back with NFL Primetime. It'll come your way every Sunday night, 7:30 Eastern, only on ESPN Plus, with updates from all the Sunday night games, and then on to the Monday night games. Scott Van Pelt and Joe Tessitore will be a part of the fun. To get involved, order ESPN Plus and download the app or go to ESPNplus.com. Mike Leach in the Cougar attack, averaging 49 points per game. That's 9th best in the country. They're at 28, and they're looking for more. Receiver screen. Desmond Patman out across the 20 and a first down. Chris Barnes with the tackle.
Critical defensive series right now for UCLA. They cannot come in. Look at the ball angle here. He knows the defender. He knows he's going to jump, and he's able to get it up high. He's done a couple of those in this football game. I love it. I think he's been spectacular. He's been accurate, and he gives his receivers a chance to make plays with the ball in their hand.
Gordon already 240 yards through the air in the first half. All day to throw it, a missed tackle, a stiff arm, and he's going inside the 30 and knocked out of bounds at the 20-yard line, Roderick Fisher. And the game-saving tackle in the secondary from Stephen Blaylock, and it's 58 yards.
Yeah, number 20, Guidry's not going to like this film. Coming up right here, number 20. Oh, takes a big stiff arm. Literally perfect by Fisher. And this is a game-changing play right here that you didn't want to happen right before the half.
Second play of this quarter of over 50 yards for the Cougar offense. They already have 400 total yards in the first half. Gordon on 1st and 10, and this will put him over 300 yards passing through the first couple of quarters.
I'll tell you what, I can't speak any more than I am about this offensive line. They've done a great job. Ryan on the left tackle. You got Valencia, number 74, the center, and then Lucas on the right side. Look at the time that Gordon has. He's literally looking left, looking right. It's been phenomenal. Excellent pass-setting group here. I'll tell you, I can't rise up anybody that. The tight ends, I rise up for UCLA. They jump offside.
Defense causing the offense to false start.
Thank you.
50. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
All right, thank you guys up front. Way to go. Way to sit in there. It's a good job. See 50 right there, jumping off sides. Hold your water. Good job by Valencia, number 74, senior.
Second down and 3. Play action with Borghi. Look at the time. And now Gordon will tuck it and go diving down to the 5-yard line. And it's 1st and goal.
He's kind of like sitting in the pocket at that point. He's like just stands there. It's like there's nobody around him. And then he just goes. It's almost like shocking the kind of time. And they'll think about it here on this 1st and goal opportunity.
Guy's a first-year starter who went the JUCO route early, was behind Falk and then Minshew, and now his opportunity, making his 4th start of the season. And he's got 4 first-half touchdowns.
You know what I like best about him tonight, Beth? His releases. Watch him here. Little sidearm to get under the defender's hand. Here he goes up above high. Nice perch throw over the top. Another defender. He kind of shoots it to the outside so the receiver can get out in front of the football. And here, the defensive lineman jumping up, gets it right between his arms. Like, that's next level stuff at the quarterback position. You see a lot of balls doink off helmets and hands. He gets that ball around those guys.
And Anthony throws such a catchable ball, too. Just a ball that receivers can easily grab. They're not reaching behind him a lot of times. It's right there where they can catch it, secure it, and get some more yards. 8
different guys have been on the receiving end of a Gordon pass tonight. 1st and goal, Cougars. Looking left, now back across the middle, incomplete, overthrows everybody.
You said 8 different receivers, Beth. That's what makes this so fun. Usually quarterbacks get dialed into 1 or 2 guys. You see every receiver blocking, running their routes hard because they all are options. If you're a potential option on any play that they run, you're going to get the most out of the receivers. That's how a good quarterback should play the position. Keeps all these guys ready to go on every single snap.
Pressure coming. Tame Martin swarmed, and down he goes at the 10-yard line. Blaylock the first guy to him. And it's 3rd and goal and a timeout here with 32 seconds to go in the half.
Mike Leach showing some wheels right there, sprinting down to get that timeout call, guys.
It's all that walking through graveyards and stuff, getting those calves pumped up as he gets to work at 5 in the morning.
Noteworthy now that they do not have a timeout left. And a 3rd and goal here with half a minute to play. We'll kick off your Week 3 NFL Sunday with the Countdown Crew on ESPN and the ESPN app. Gets underway at 10 Eastern. We'll break down the Patrick Mahomes' no look. Also an exclusive look at Deshaun Watson's offseason trip around the world. And the ever-popular You Got Mossed, along with previews of each game right up to kickoff.
Hey, Rocky, maybe we can get some scissors and get those khakis a little cut off at the bottom, right above the knee there.
I mean this high, that high, where do you think?
I saw you in the gym this morning working a little squat rack there.
The quads, you got to show them bad boys off. You do that work for nothing, you know what I mean?
Man, come on.
3rd and goal out of the timeout. To the end zone, back shoulder. Did Martin get the feet down? He did. Touchdown, Washington State.
Two guys that are on the same page, throw the ball behind the receiver. Look at the concentration. He plucks the ball. I love the fact he doesn't pull it to his body, so it shows he catches it. The ball in the hands, foot's on the end zone. It's a touchdown.
5th touchdown throw of the first half for Anthony Gordon. 90 yards in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And what was once a 10-7 lead for Chip Kelley and the Bruins has disappeared. A 28-point second quarter for the Cougs.
Great ball location. I mean, look at the head on the DB. Has no idea where the ball is. And that's a heck of a job catching it, controlling it all the way to the ground, and getting the foot down. He looks like he's got a size 14. It's hard to miss those feet touching the end zone. That's a big play on 3rd down.
Impressive scoring drive and the 6 points on the board, and perhaps just as important, saved America from an extended conversation of cut-off khakis and courts. We would dub them for Rocky Boyman down there on the sideline. And look at this first half. Over 400 total for Washington State already.
This game was pretty close about 10 minutes ago, Beth. All of a sudden, couple turnovers. If you give these guys the ball, they're going to get hot. How do you stop it? That's the question. This is an offense that's very dangerous in the Pac-12.
So Arizona State's in a little bit of trouble tonight. They got their hands full with Colorado. We've already seen Cal win. Of course, Washington has a loss in the league. Oregon has a loss outside of the league. So does USC. So are people going to start looking at this Washington State side as perhaps the best team on the West Coast to have a chance, especially after hits like that?
Those are the ones you dream of, Beth, right there.
And those are the ones you ice after on the sidelines. Got a little shake it off there, but
Travian Brown getting his money's worth.
Yeah, this is a heck of a job. I mean, look, you got to find your way, make them play, make it on special teams. They gave up the long kickoff return for a touchdown. They come back with a vengeance here and make a big tackle.
Showing off the anthracite unis tonight. And a 35-point first half outburst. Thompson-Robinson, 9 for 14 with a touchdown and an interception. Bruins also have a special team score, a 100-yard kick return.
False start offense, number 86, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
I'll be honest with you, Beth. I'd get under the center and just kneel this thing. Take it into halftime. Let's talk about it. See if we can regroup coming out. Get a false start. You know, you don't want to get yourself in trouble here trying to throw the ball with 18 seconds left on your own 15.
They will do just that. Thompson-Robinson on the move. Incomplete. Looking for Chase Cota. 10 seconds to go. And it's 3rd and 12. Washington State cannot stop the clock with a timeout here if the Bruins try to run it or take the knee.
I'd say just hand this thing off again. It's second quarter hasn't been very favorable for the Bruins.
They're going to throw it again. Thompson-Robinson got it. Coda out across the 35 and a first down. 3 seconds left on the clock. 22 yards on that hookup. Cougars will throw their prevent defense out there. Thompson-Robinson buying time. He will heave it. The distance pops up and it's caught by UCLA down to the 1-yard line. And they come up a yard shy.
Did he just throw that ball 65
As time
yards?
expires, what a heave by Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
We'll have to look at it clearly. Ball.
There's any question on his arm strength, he just answered it. Wow.
Oh, it's short, but heck, that's a heck of an effort, man.
It was Beekman that kept him out of the end zone right here as Coda almost got in. 61 yards. He's inside his own 30, folks, down to the 5-yard line.
Just like I always say, Beth, at the end of the half, throw it down the field and take a chance. Why would you take a knee?
Oh, so close. But it's 35-17, Washington State over UCLA. And in the studio, it's Matt, Joey, and Jesse. Welcome back to ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Geico. 35-17, the Cougs over the Bruins, thanks to a huge first half from Anthony Gordon. 5 touchdown passes. The single game record is 7, held by Gardner Minshew last year in a game against Arizona. And Gordon with the 5 TD throws, 3 of them to Easop Winston. In that first half of play, it was a big outburst in the second quarter that opened it up. Bruins will receive here and have a chance to tighten things up to start out the second half as they look for their first win of the season. The Cougs trying to match the Cal Bears at 4-0 in the Pac-12 through the first month of play. And out to the 25-yard line for UCLA. Beth Mullins, Anthony Becht. We got Rocky Boyman with us. We've also got an amazing performance tonight from Anthony Gordon.
Yeah, I love the way this kid plays. He's gotten the ball to 8 different receivers in this football game today. He's been calm in the pocket. He's got good movement skills. He's starting to check a lot of boxes off for the next level early on in this football season. And I'll tell you what, I've also been very impressed by this offensive line. We don't talk a lot about them in this high air raid offense, but this line has produced some NFL players like they did with Andre Lillard last year Dillard going to the Eagles last year in the first round. They may have a couple guys up front in the years to come.
UCLA will keep it on the ground for a few up the middle. Let's take a look at our Modelo Gold Standard stats from the first half of play. And for Washington State, 416 yards of total offense with 13 plays of at least 10 yards or better. 2 of those plays over 50 yards. First down for Joshua Kelley and UCLA. Kelley 13 carries now for 46 yards. Passing touchdown for Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Also a 100-yard kick return for a touchdown tonight. Let's check in with Rocky Boyman.
Yeah, guys, I was able to catch up with Chip Kelley. I asked him, what can you do? What adjustments can you make to try to slow down this Washington State offense? He said, look, I think we're in a good position to make plays. We just got to make them when we're there, whether it's making a play on the football or making a tackle. And then offensively, he said they're really getting disrupted by the looping 3 technique of Washington State's D-line, the way he's slanting. They want to try to minimize that here in the second half.
Bruins were able to rack up 240-plus yards in that first half. And there's a broken tackle for Demetric Felton, who had the big 100-yard kick return for a score in the first half. He runs for 7 there.
I like Felton. He was a top rusher coming in, top receiver coming in. He's multi-faceted as a player, as a kickoff returner. Find ways to get him the ball in space, Bet.
They need a conversion right here, 3rd and 1. Pressure in the backfield, hit and taken down and thrown for a loss. And it's 4th down. Jihad Woods, Nnamdi Aguayo, and a loss of 3.
Nnamdi Aguayo comes off the ball, and it's all about hitting the mesh point. Watch how they hit the mesh point right here with the quarterback and the running back right here. Boom! Knock it out. They're very lucky that that fumble didn't come here. And then your partner, a free linebacker on the other side, Woods, is there to make the recovery tackle.
Travell Harris back to receive the punt. Fair catch right at the 20-yard line. And a 36-yard punt. Cougars offense out for the first time in the 3rd when we return to Pullman.
Let's take a look at tonight's Zaxby's playbook, and it's about the quarterback's eyes. Watch him look over here and keep the safety from going across the field. He keeps him in the middle. That gives our guy right here up the sideline one-on-one. He gets the separation. The safety can't get there. The ball placement is spectacular. This is the difference right now that Anthony Gordon has done in this football game that's really separated him not only in this conference but in college football.
Couple of picks in the first half, but the 5 touchdown passes, 3 of them like the one we just saw there to Easop Winston. And we'll just throw this out there. You know, the record, Gardner Minshew was in the building tonight. He had 7 touchdown tosses in a game. That's the single game record here at Wazoo. We'll run it here with Max Borghi. He's been solid out across the 25. His 8th carry for better than 80 yards tonight.
He's just a tough guy to tackle. Legs are always moving, Anth, always moving forward, spinning.
Yeah, you know, and he's aggressive. And you're right, with that movement in his legs, it gives him a chance to be compact and break those tackles. He's a serious weapon out of the backfield. Now, this is an offense that really has a lot going on for him. We talked about the dispersion of all the receivers. He actually, you know, he adds as another top piece.
He had both a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown against Northern Colorado a couple of weeks ago, and he's got the first down carry right there. And that's the challenge, not only for the Bruins here in the second half, but for the rest of the Pac-12 as they move forward. They'll have to start hitting the road for some of their tougher games in the conference, including at Utah next week. And here's a Borghi burst out to the 40, wrapped up by Blaylock, and a gain of 9. Again, that offensive line continues to move the chains. Lucas and Watson, Mawingoa, Valencia, Ryan up front. 4 returning starters, all 5 guys up there better than 300 pounds. Air raid can't operate if there's not protection for the quarterback, and they've given Gordon just that tonight. And a quick hitter for another first down out to the 48-yard line.
Is it me, or does it feel like every time a receiver catches the ball, he's the guy that's supposed to get it, right? You never see anything contested. There's always space and separation. You know, it does speak about a bit about the pre-snap read as well. He's just not winging it out there. He finds the proper guy, and he gives him a chance to make a play after the catch.
36 passes already for Gordon. Connected on 24 of them, make it 25. The tunnel screen close to midfield. That was Winston. He's not used to catching them on the green grass. His last 3 catches were all in the end zone for the Cougars. What a big night for him. He and Gordon played JUCO ball together, and they've connected for 7 touchdowns now on the season. Off the play action, Gordon will drop it off to Borghi. First down and more. Down to the 35-yard line. That'll move the chains again. 15 yards through the air.
get good protection. You run 4 receivers out, Beth. Sometimes you forget about this guy coming out of the backfield. And if you do, we'll make you pay. He had some big plays last week's game against Houston. Got a huge play called back on a swing pass that was for a touchdown. He's a playmaker as a runner and a pass catcher.
Look, we're getting way ahead of ourselves. He's just a sophomore, but Anthony looks like a guy that could play for the Patriots, right? Just does a little bit of everything. They love those kind of guys.
Let the cat out of the bag.
Gordon looking deep down the middle, has a man there, caught for a touchdown for the 4th time tonight. And for the 6th time tonight for Anthony Gordon. I thought it was Winston, but it's actually Renard Bell with his first TD catch. But number 6 on the evening for Anthony Gordon. "35 yards. And his 8th touchdown of the season for 20 or better.
I'll tell you, they got their safeties way up, and this receiver just runs right in between them. Watch this. This is a very risky defense, and if you got speed, excellent job, great throw, big play, and my man, he's going to go celebrate with his boy in the end zone.
ESPN College Football, brought to you by Coca-Cola. Share a Coke this football season with your friends, family, and fans. And Toyota. Let's go places.
Not only Coach Leach, but last spring, Professor Leach and his class on insurgent warfare and football strategies. Hey, look at who his A student was, Gardner Minshew, in class with Coach Leach. They talked about military history, counterinsurgency, but then also Leach weaved in stories of the air raid and how it came to be and football strategies. Even had students draw up plays that they hope one day Coach Leach will use. It's Extra Yard for Teachers Week, the annual celebration led by the College Football Playoff Foundation, honors great teachers across the country. To learn more about Extra Yard for Teachers, follow at CFB Extra Yard or search the hashtag Extra Yard Week.
Didn't he put it on Twitter and he got about 10,000 people that wanted to do it, and they picked 40 or 50 students?
They had to write 2 essays, one about counterinsurgency and another about whether or not the wishbone would work in the NFL, and that's how they narrowed down the field. And that's how you got into his class. Flags down as the throw out into the flat for Felton.
Holding. Offense, number 75. 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
This is actually one of the plays, Beth, that were handed in by one of the students. It kind of reminds me of Spider 2 wide banana. Let's imagine defenders are here. It's basically a pick route. They got the halfback coming up to pick these guys and then get the Y. The Y is the tight end, the football. I give that play a B+. If you're trying to get the tight end, the football, I got to give that guy a B+. I don't know whose play that was, but if it was yours, you graduated from that class.
I thought it would have been pass-fail or an incomplete.
Yeah, you get the ball, you use the tight end, you get a little extra credit there. I mean, come on, man.
Anthony, what would have made that play an A? You gave it a B+.
An A would have been, maybe I went in motion too. He double movement, or maybe I kind of went from left to right. Showed the athleticism pre-snap, but I get it.
Bounces off the turf, incomplete. Leach, by the way, considered functionality, whether or not the play was air raid compatible, and also the creativity to come up with the play.
The kid used the tight end, so coach gave him a C. I gave him a B+, because they don't use the tight end in the air raid, right? So I gotta.
And the creativity took a hit. Was it a little too close to Spider?
Yeah, I think it was okay. It was definitely different for sure.
Yeah. 3rd and 15 right here. Blitz coming off the edge. Thompson-Robinson gets away from it. The pass underthrown, incomplete. Intended for Asiasi, and it's 4th down.
kind of off schedule now. If you're UCLA's offense, you have a game plan coming in. You want to kind of do what you want to do. There's Chip Kelley having a conversation with his young tight end, maybe about the depth of his route, the spot he was supposed to be in. But he does love his tight ends, Beth, and they will be a factor here at some point, if not this season, definitely next year.
Travell Harris back at his own 35. And it's actually fielded by the up man short with room to run. Easop Winston down to the 5-yard line.
I'm telling you, man, they are deep, Beth. The receivers that have quickness, move, speed. Heck, they got 2 guys dropping on this. UCLA didn't realize it. And he's not afraid to catch that in traffic, and he goes. 1 guy to beat, gets caught from behind. But I'll tell you now, this offense is humming.
45 yards on the return, and that sets them up 1st and goal at the 6. They just covered 80 yards for a touchdown a few moments ago, and now a much shorter field to work with. Borgie and McIntosh in the backfield with Gordon. A touchdown pass here would tie the single-game school record. He's looking for one. And he's got one. He just tied Gardner Minshew's record with a 7th TD pass of the night.
With 6 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. It's a heck of a job. Their big receiver, Patman here. Nobody touches him. Great. Look at the hands swallowing that ball. I mean, he's got gigantic hands. That's the guy you want to throw to in the red zone.
How far is Anthony Gordon going to move up on the Heisman watch list after this performance?
Heck, NFL watch list. I mean, This guy's got it all. He's been doing it all today. Anthony Gordon, his 7th touchdown, tying the record with Minshew, his quarterback last year. Unbelievable showing by this young man.
Seven touchdown passes to 5 different guys. They've scored on each of their last 5 possessions, and Gordon has tied the school record. Will they give him an opportunity to try and break it? We still got 7 minutes to go in the 3rd, and a 49-17 Wazoo lead. Beth Mowins, Anthony Beck, Rocky Boyman with you tonight here in Pullman. And at one point at the end of the 1st quarter, this was a 10-7 lead for UCLA. A lot's changed since then. How much will change for Anthony Gordon in the Caesars Sportsbook tomorrow? There's your Heisman odds with Tua, Hurts, and Joe Burrow at the top.
I got a guy, Beth, I made a call in the commercial break.
Oh.
He told me it may go up to 10-1.
What?
But you never know. You never know. I'm just saying.
How reliable is this source?
It's not confirmed.
I think Fields may get a nice bump after his performance today.
I like multiple
State.
guys in the mix. It's good to have multiple players.
But hey, Gordon is number 1 in the country coming into the game in passing yards and passing touchdowns. He, in all likelihood, will hold on to both of those through the first month of the season. Is he the Joe Burrow of the West Coast? Kind of unexpected uncertainty, I guess, might be the better way to say it at the start of the season. Didn't know what you were going to get. But boy, have they performed well through the first few games of the year. As Dorian runs for the first down, a gain of 14.
UCLA has to find a way to mitigate the damage here, get some first downs, put a drive together. I mean, heck, you only need 6 yards on a punt return to score a touchdown. It's way too easy right now for Washington State.
Good push again, but a nice broken tackle. Kelley, first down yardage inside the 44.
It's a heck of a run by Kelley. Dead in the waters in the backfield. I don't know how he gets out of this, Beth. I mean, he's got a free hitter coming off the edge, 2 of them. Both guys get blown up. He's able to wiggle out of it. You can see he's got a little more bounce in his step, Beth. He was a little banged up the last couple weeks. Coach Kelley said he's fresher. He's got a little pop in practice, and clearly that move right there is something they want to see a little more of.
15 carries now, 60 yards for Joshua. Give it to him again, and he's going to give one back there. Good pursuit up front. Lamont McDougal, Tristan Brock. You don't hear as much about the Cougar defense, of course, because there's so much of the spotlight on the offense, but it's a defense that's only allowed 16 points per game to date. The competition will stiffen for them now that they're in Pac-12 play.
That defense, Beth, as you mentioned, the biggest thing they do is they take the ball away. Had 9 coming in, have had, what, 1 or 2 tonight. That's the name of the game in defense anymore. You can give up yards, but you've got to get the takeaways, and they're doing it.
Third and 6, they beat the blitz, and then the pass is dropped by Felton. 4th down, and will the offense just go ahead and stay here? We'll get a couple more receivers on and go for it here on 4th and 6. Rifles it down the middle, caught inside the 5. Jalen Irwin, 1st and goal.
Good job, protection. The pocket's good, so he's able to step up, but he keeps his eyes down the field and finds the open receiver.
There's a flag down, too, in the backfield after the play. Did they just pick it up? No.
Crowd clearly not happy. But they picked it up.
Yep. 1st and goal. They'll run it up the middle. Stuffed inside the 1.
This is actually good for this defense to see if Washington State can hold up. Remember, we talked about their defensive line being very light. You know, it's 260, 270. This is where teams can get an advantage. Offensive linemen can come off the ball. See if they can make something happen here up front.
Quarterback will keep it. Touchdown, Bruins. Thompson-Robinson with the TD run.
Great sell there by DTR on that one. He's been selling that all night, handing it off. Fools everybody, and there's Devin Asiasi blocking it up on the edge. Easiest one he'll get probably this season.
9 plays, 75 yards in just over 3 minutes. Extra point is good from Molson. Well, from a busy Saturday of college football into the NFL tomorrow, and then of course Monday Night Football with the Bears and the Redskins in a matchup that dates back to the 1930s. Coverage begins with Monday Night Countdown at 6. Then kickoff 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ESPN, Deportes, and the ESPN app. Washington has had its way with the Bears in recent years, but the longest home winning streaks on Monday Night Football right now, well, the Redskins are sitting on 6 in a row. Monday night hasn't always been kind in the nation's capital.
Tough game against the Bears.
A lot of folks crowded up around for the kickoff here, and now they'll spread out and separate. So will we see more of Anthony Gordon here after the kickoff? He is sitting on 7 passing touchdowns tonight. That ties Gardner Minshew's school record. Here's a sampling for you.
I mean, just spreading the ball around, finding his guys, catchable balls, keeping his receivers out of trouble, being on the same page. He's as clean as he's been, and his lineman gives him a nice bear hug, saying thank you for the protection. It's been good all night.
And so now will he try and set the new school record? 371 yards passing, 7 touchdown throws to 5 different guys. Winston, Patman, Harris, Bell, and Martin. Easop's caught 3 of them. And the slant there to Fisher. Did the ball come out at the tail end of that, or was it blown dead?
The referees kind of let
No,
that
they're going to
thing.
give it to the Bruins here. 3rd takeaway tonight for the Bruin D.
I think they're arguing here that may have been stopped, but the whistle didn't blow. He's got it, catches it, bunch of guys there. I mean, how long do we go here, right? Till it gets pulled out. It's interesting. Is it like dead or?
Boy, and actually was his elbow down anyway. Let's see.
That's a great point, Beth. Nothing yet on the ball. There's his elbow right there. Ball's still inside the body.
And this one will go to review.
Good catch. Elbows down, ball's still in. So that to me, that gets overturned. I think there's enough evidence there that shows ball controlled into the body, elbow down, ball's not out yet, ball's not out yet. Now it's out. We'll see. If anything, though, that took a while for the referees. 4 guys are kind of small.
Dead,
it
right?
could have been.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, at that point, 4 guys. You don't want anybody to get hurt, but he wasn't really going anywhere. Make that 5 guys. Somebody's head popped in there. I didn't see it, but it's a gang tackle right there, Beth. It's swarming to the football.
Yep. Well, certainly on the UCLA side right now, you're looking for takeaways, right? You're looking for some positives in the last quarter plus. You're looking for a little momentum to take with you down to Arizona next weekend, because it certainly looks like you're headed towards 0-4 as it stands now.
After review, the ruling on the field stands as called. First down, UCLA.
I guess the only thing I can think of is that they can't confirm that the ball wasn't out of his body or out in front of it where we couldn't see it. So it wasn't indisputable video evidence for the referee to overturn.
All right, so the Bruins with the takeaway and good field position. Thompson-Robinson with the time, fires it downfield, caught by Cota. Did he stay up? Yes, he did. Touchdown, UCLA.
Hold on now.
And they're not done yet. 37 yards for the score.
It's a heck of a job. Clean pocket, great protection. Man, just missed the tip by the safety, and that's great concentration right there on the catch by Cota.
How about Chase's day? 3 catches, 120 yards, and a touchdown on 5 targets. And there are the Bruins.
Give that kid some credit right there.
Yep.
He's standing in the pocket. He's getting better every week. This is clearly his best game of the season. He gets some time. Look at the fight by the offensive line. It's a tight throw right there, getting it over the safety. That's a heck of a drop, dropping it in there. And the concentration to bring it in. It's got the UCLA sidelines and players excited. And that's probably, Beth, going to keep Anthony Gordon in the game.
Yeah. Harrison Fisher will be back deep here to receive. 3:33 to go on the third. UCLA, the takeaway and the quick strike. Things getting interesting again. And into the end zone for the touchback. Boomer and TJ are back with NFL Primetime every Sunday night at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN Plus and only on ESPN Plus. To get ESPN Plus, download the app or go to ESPNplus.com.
And guys, remember I mentioned coming into this game, one of the biggest things that UCLA's defense was not doing well was turning the ball over. Just 2 on the season coming in, and that was in their first game. Went 3 weeks without any. Tonight they get 3. Big time plays there by this defense.
Well, and as a result, they're putting more points on the board, Rocky. They've got a special team score tonight. Completion to Bell for a couple.
Crowd is still upset about that call with their last UCLA turnover.
Averaging 49 points per game, and they're right at that now, still with 3 minutes to go here in the third. Gordon all day to find his man, and another missed tackle by the Bruins as Harris takes it across midfield. First down and a gain of 22.
Only 180 pounds, but these receivers are tough now. Harris is catching this in the middle of the defense where all the heavy hitters are. Not only does he break a tackle, he takes on a hit. Really nice to see. I mean, you could throw it to any of these guys, and they're fearless going through the middle of the field.
Gordon, another 400-yard passing game for Anthony.
That's awesome.
Incomplete as Blaylock tried to jump that route out on the edge. Last guy to throw for 400 against UCLA, Mike Bercovici of ASU, back in 2014. And second down, Borghi. Boy, look at him lower his head properly and get a little more yardage.
He just gets himself very compact, low, and kind of balls himself up, and it's just hard to wrap around him. He just bounces off guys, just runs them over.
They always talk about guys running behind their pads. That's exactly what he does. His shoulders about 2.5 feet off the ground. It's hard to find a place to tackle him.
And with that run, guys, Max hits 100 for the night. He's averaging 9 yards per carry. Third down and 4, and they're going for it all. Incomplete. Down around the 10-yard line. Intended for Tay Martin, and it's 4th down.
Now comes a big decision here, Beth.
Yeah.
With 4th down coming up. As we watch this, just trying to run by the DB. DB's trying to hook him with his hand. Both of those guys kind of pushing each other. They haven't punted it in this game yet, Washington State, and clearly they're not afraid to go for it on 4th and 4. Remember, Arconato's not in the game. He's his go-to guy on 3rd down. Been banged up from the first half.
Yep. So UCLA calls the timeout. Nope, Washington State did. They'll have 2 left. And they'll talk about a 4th and 4.
And guys, Anthony just mentioned Arconato. It was about early in the second quarter. He went in motion, and I saw him kind of come up limping, like something happened behind his knee, something like a hamstring, I don't know, and he just kind of limped over the sideline. He's not been back since.
So they may be punting.
Yeah, they're going to change their mind here and bring out the punter. So we'll see Oscar Dragicevic for the first time. So 11 straight possessions without having to punt it away, and now for the first time they will do it. Kyle Phillips back at the 10. Pooch from Dragicevic. And the fair catch down at the 5, a 37-yard punt, but very effective. It will leave the Bruins 94 yards away. So now the Bruins still got time. You got over 16 minutes to play. For Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Of course, keep in your hip pocket for a while here. That heave at the end of the first half, they were a yard shy of a Hail Mary score. And they got it going again. Felton with a stiff arm. Felton with another stiff arm. Demetric Felton. A 100-yard kick return earlier tonight, and now a 94-yard touchdown catch and run.
This is an angle route out of the backfield. Heck of a play design. And I'll tell you what now, Washington State better start playing ball here in the second half, because UCLA is not giving up. Look at the protection. Can't speak enough about it. And I'll tell you what now, Felton can run, folks. Stiff arm, get out of my way. He's got speed, hard to stop. Heck of a play, one and done, touchdown.
And all of a sudden, Thompson-Robinson, 358 yards passing, 3 TDs. Felton doing the legwork for him there for 94 yards. And what a job by UCLA when things could have really gone south for them. They are right back in this thing.
Yeah, check this out. You got him back here. He's going to run an angle route and then hit the seam. Watch this. Just pulls the defender, gets him wide. Watch him turn his hips outside. He hits that seam. Now he's got to split the defenders with speed. Watch the stiff arm right here. Coming up. Boom, right there. Bam. That's nice. Getting real big, pushing off the defender. It's a heck of a play. That's a big-time catch, big-time throw. And guess what, folks? Don't go to bed yet. We got a ball game.
And guys, just had a great moment right there. Chip Kelley came over to his quarterback, Dorian Thompson-Robinson. So pleased when he said, son, that's how you do it. Really pleased with how calm and cool and collected he was delivering that football.
Going through some growing pains for this offense. Inexperienced young guys up front. Inexperience at the quarterback. Thompson-Robinson, very few starts, even as a senior in high school coming into college. And then the new receiving core around him.
You guys remember 87 out of 110 players on this UCLA roster in their first or second season. So a very, very young team, but Chip Kelley thinks right now this team's starting to come together.
They've scored 21 points in the last 2.5 minutes.
It's a great job. You know, this offensive line has been scrutinized pretty heavily throughout the season. I haven't seen this kid get touched early on, and even into this second, definitely not in the second half of this game. Those guys should get pats on the back as well, because they've kept it clean. And when it's been clean, DTR has taken advantage.
Borghi with a nice bounce to the outside and a run for 9 more. Elisha Guidry came on to make the tackle. 109 yards rushing now for Max. Motion man is Bell. Plenty of time to pick out a receiver. Another broken tackle, a couple of them, and the ball is out.
Wow.
And the Bruins have forced another takeaway, and they've got it at the Wazoo 35. 2 takeaways through their first 3 games, 4 tonight, but we do have a flag to check on.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 24, 15-yard penalty, first down. His first of the game.
Well, this is a nice job catching and being aggressive, but watch this. Watch Patman holding the ball with the inside arm, folks. Not a good spot to hold it because that's where the defenders are coming. Great job by number 24, Shaw, punching it out. And that's because the ball's on the wrong hand going to the left sideline, and he pays the price for it. I'll tell you what, UCLA is about to pick up some momentum here, getting the ball back.
Jay Shaw with the punch out, Elijah Gates with the recovery, but then Jay Shaw is the guy that took the penalty as well. So it's back to midfield here for UCLA. Thompson-Robinson runs for 4. Make that 5.
I'll tell you what, the protection's been so good, and you're going to have Washington State now playing a lot more coverage. Look for DTR, the quarterback, to maybe have a huge run in one of these series with DBs out in space and maybe some running lanes for him.
Legs still churning for Joshua Kelley, and a first down for UCLA. They were in big trouble, down 49-17, 7 minutes ago. And they rattle off 21 unanswered. And they are on the move again as we head to the 4th in Pullman. Deep ball down the middle inside the 10-yard line. Caught by Greg Dulcich.
This kid's on fire, Beth. He can't be stopped right now. He's in the zone. He hasn't missed a receiver basically in the entire second half, and the output has been unbelievable.
31 yards on that play. Got it in his hands again. Looking to the back of the end zone. Touchdown. Asiasi. And it's a 28-point run right now for the Bruins.
Chip Kelly's drawing some plays out now, man. He is bringing out the playbook on this one. They tried this play way early in the game. Watch Devin Asiasi block and then go to the back. DTR sells it all the way over here, and he just trusts it. Remember, he missed it. He overthrew it earlier in the game. Well, they got a chance to run it again, and the defense did not read it.
And they're going to go for 2 right here to make this a field goal difference on the scoreboard. To the end zone. Coda's got it. Down 32 midway through the 3rd quarter. They are now within 3.
They can't do wrong. They have not done anything wrong this second half, UCLA. They are on fire right now. Dorian Thompson-Robinson finding the tight end in the back. They get the 2-point conversion. They can't be stopped. Washington State better wake up because UCLA is back.
A grand total of 42 points. They have dropped 29 in the last 5 minutes. And during the break, Dorian Thompson-Robinson in some pain over on the bench. A moment after there, he stood up and walked around trying to catch his breath. 4 consecutive touchdown drives. trying to erase a huge night for Anthony Gordon, tying the school record with 7 TD passes, a career night for DTR, and for UCLA's Demetric Felton, 2 scores of over 90 yards tonight, aided in that third quarter by a couple of Washington State turnovers.
You know, me and Rocky were talking before the game, and we're thinking, what can UCLA do? They've just been in a funk, and Rocky said, hey, at some point it's going to click. And tonight, DTR has found it, and he's got some confidence. He is as hot as any quarterback right now in this second half.
The question, guys, is going to be what injury did he sustain while he was getting looked at on the sideline. I saw a trainer with a hand up underneath his pads, maybe a rib, something like that, but he stood up and looked like he was in considerable pain.
Rocky was just taking some warm-up throws behind the bench. He hit on his last 6 passes for over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns in what could not only be a season-changing moment, but a program turning point under Chip Kelley here tonight. If they can come all the way back from a 32-point second-half deficit. So how does Washington State respond to the adversity? They'll start with a first down right there, out across the 35. The teams have combined for over 1,000 yards of total offense. Both are pushing the 50-point mark tonight. Gordon behind the receiver, and a nice grab reaching out for it was Renard Bell. Gain of 5. Gordon, 429 yards, Anthony, to go with those 7 touches.
Bell had some room there. I mean, had his feet set, just a little off target.
Fans are reacting. They just showed the replay on the big screen here. They thought there should have been a penalty at the end of the play for the extra push. 2nd and 5. Tunnel screen again, looking for some yak from Harris. He's about a yard shy of the line to gain.
It's monster third down here. Remember last time Washington State didn't get it. They did not go for it on 4th down. Can the defensive line here step up, get the push they need, and get to the quarterback, or potentially get the handoff here on 3rd down?
Gordon caught out at midfield for the first down. Easop Winston. And a gain of 4.
Ball placement. I mean, that was just unbelievable. Borgie picking up the blitz and just having the plan, trusting the receiver on the spot, putting it where exactly he can catch it, moves the chains. It's a heck of a job here. Watch this. Boom, whips it out, gets the ball out. Right when the receiver's turning outside to turn it up the field. Beautiful throw.
Will get the call. Burrows his way for a couple of yards.
There better be some conversations with the wide receivers and running backs right now about ball security. Last 2 turnovers have come from UCLA's defense smacking away, ripping away at that football.
After scoring on 5 straight possessions, they have been denied the last 3, with 2 of those ending in turnovers. Pressure coming, then a first down throw down inside the 35 to Bell.
Those crossing routes have been tough in the middle. They try to drop a defender in the zone. He can't quite get it, and Bell just turns it up. There's nobody home inside. If you're dropping a defensive end to the middle of the field, it's just too far for him to run. Easy throw and catch, good protection up front.
First down, trying to direct traffic, and will wisely throw that one away. Good coverage downfield for UCLA.
They basically had all day. He was spinning around for really no reason. There was nobody around him on that one. You're right. The coverage was excellent there.
Bruins getting some substitutions on, some fresh legs, including Lucier South.
He's on the edge right here. Hadn't played his first 2 games. He's their leading sack TFL guy last year.
Over the top, and it's caught at the 10 and into the end zone. Easop Winston with the touchdown. A flag is down. But if it stands, it's a new single-game school record. 8th touchdown for Anthony Gordon, 4 times to Winston.
The result of the play is a touchdown. After the play, personal foul, face mask, defense number 1. The 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
On a night when Gardner Minshew was in the house, Gordon takes one of his records away. Nine-play drive, 75 yards. And what a night, too, for Winston. 9 catches, 100 yards on the evening.
UCLA defense trying to go again with no safety. And once Gordon sees that, he knows his receiver can beat him one-on-one off the ball, and he throws a dime on the outside. And, folks, that's the single-game record. 8th touchdown pass of the game.
ESPN College Football is presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And in part by Mitsubishi Motors. Drive your ambition.
Washington State University's Gourmet Ice Cream Shop. Terrific ice cream, gourmet coffee, and award-winning Cougar cheese, all from the cows right here in Pullman. And what a night for the offenses, Washington State and UCLA. 56-46, Cougs on top, and a record-setting night for Anthony Gordon. You're reading that right, folks. 8 touchdown passes to 5 different guys. Easop Winston just caught his 4th of the night. So that is now 20 on the year in 4 games for Gordon. He might have his own stat line in team passing touchdowns when the stats come out on Monday. Beth Mowens, Anthony Beck, Rocky Boyman. UCLA putting a big scare in the Cougars here late in the 4th, but Gordon, what a night for him.
How's a guy have 8 touchdowns, and we're maybe talking about UCLA's quarterback in the second half. Dorian Thompson-Robinson has played spectacular, out of his mind. He's kept this team in it in the second half, but really the strong arm, the quick decisions of Anthony Gordon has this offense of Washington State back in the end zone again. Does UCLA have an answer for that score?
Oh, and the hurdle over the defender there by Joshua Kelley. And a first down for the Bruins.
This is a heck of a job. Doesn't even get touched. He's lining that one. Clean jump. Clears the hurdle here. Boom. Look at that one. That's nice.
18 yards on the run. He'll pick up some more there. And for Kelley, 20th carry for 90 yards.
Well, UCLA started this game, Beth, remember, with 4 tight ends in the game. Ever since they've spread it out here in the second half, the passing game has opened up. These guys, these receivers, have proved to Coach Kelley that they deserve to be on the field.
DTR slings it out wide. Felton making people miss all night long, and he's got 17 more yards there.
Remember, Felton was a receiver last year. Been working running back, wide receiver. He can make you miss. Looked like a replica of his kickoff return this game, just shifting his body around defenders and making big plays.
How about we just call him playmaker after what he's been doing tonight? 4 catches for 120 yards and a touchdown, 4 carries, and the big special teams play, 220 all-purpose. Back in a moment. Welcome back to the Pac-12 on ESPN. Pac-12 After Dark on the West Coast, wee hours of the morning back east, and have we got a slugfest in Pullman. The 10-point Wazoo lead, UCLA on the move. Thompson-Robinson dancing, running, chucking it out. And he will struggle a bit to pop back up. He took a hit on their last drive, was in some pain on the sideline. He's going to take another one here.
Been impressed. This kid's playing a little gimpy right now, but he's been tough as nails. Remember, he's a true freshman. Those numbers, folks.
Down the seam, Coda continues a big night. 1st and goal, UCLA.
I feel like this play is being continued to be run here. They're just slicing through. The safeties are so close on defense that nobody's home in the middle of the field. If you can't catch or stay with the inside receiver, you're toast. And right now, DTR is finding them multiple times.
And guys, DTR, 54% completion percentage coming into this game. He is on fire right now. He can't miss.
He'll keep it. He's already got 1 rushing touchdown, and now he's got another. Limping into the end zone for UCLA. And a PAT away from keeping this thing at a 3-point deficit. 6 plays, 70 yards in 158. They have now scored more points tonight than in their first 3 points combined.
Little confidence builder. And prior to those 2 plays, in that timeout, Mike Leach was fired up at his defense. Angry.
Molson's PAT is good. We've crossed the century mark on the scoreboard. We've still got 8:10 to play.
They continue to keep bringing the pressure on. UCLA, big play down the field. DTR runs it in. Your eyeballs are burning at home. I know they are. Just stay up with us. We got a good one in Pullman.
A career night for Dorian Thompson-Robinson, playing through some pain right now. He has led UCLA on 5 straight scoring drives to match what Washington State did earlier tonight. And they have erased a 32-point third-quarter deficit, save the 3 they are still staring at on the scoreboard. Let's take a look at tonight's Experian Boost, brought to you by Experian. And DTR showing us a little something tonight.
Really accurate in this football game. This has been the best game clearly of his career. A lot of potential. Struggled with accuracy. Rocky talked about it, 54% coming into this game. But he is a different ball player in this second half. He has taken this team on his shoulder, and he's going to need a cold tub after this because he's been limpy, he's been taking shots, he's been fighting through it. This kid's a ball player, man. I like the way his effort is today.
And remember, this is only his 3rd year playing the quarterback position, mostly a wide receiver in high school until his senior year.
Out of Bishop Gorman in Vegas. Pass incomplete across the middle. Oh, and it was earlier this week that they had the quarterback and the coach on the hot seat in LA. That talk may be cooling considerably after the performance tonight, whether they win or lose.
Folks wanted a PI on UCLA's defense. Gordon was trying to do a little fake slip screen down the sidelines, and it got him off target to the guy running across the middle of the field. Travell Harris wasn't able to get the completion.
Gordon, that one's broken up. 3rd down and long.
Yeah, go back to that first play. Comes late across the middle, and again, you see the defender. That's not that bad. He kind of tried to stop with him, put his hands on him. I would not call that pass interference. But again, a little late on that throw, and that last throw, Beth, not in a great position in front of the receiver. The defender was right on it.
On 3rd and 10, Gordon running out of time, will step up and throw it deep down the middle, incomplete. On his 56th pass attempt of the night, and UCLA will force the punt.
He's got time. Mike Leach is clearly confused. He wants to talk. Chip Kelley's getting the ball back. Coaching here.
Spiraling towards the left side. And the Bruins will be able to bring it back. Wow. They've already got one special team score tonight. Phillips with one man to beat. And he does. And UCLA scores for the 6th time in a row that they've had the football, and they take the lead.
This crowd is stunned, and I'm in shock. This has been the funnest game of the day with all the offense and everything, all the big numbers being put up. UCLA fighting this entire game, doing it on special teams. Kickoff return for 100 earlier in the game. Now they get the punt return for 69 yards.
What a comeback for the Bruins. At this point in the 3rd quarter, midway through, they were down 32.
This is crazy. Look at this score. Mike Leach is beside himself. Check this out. You think he's got him and misses. Nobody's home. Where's the defenders? Everybody's just kind of getting in place. UCLA still blocking it up. Don't tell that to Kyle Phillips. He's going to run right by you. Punter, number 94. If you got a 94 and you weigh less than 200 pounds, you're probably not making that tackle. And he's running out of plays. That sheet's not very big. They got to come up with something big here because clearly UCLA has an advantage.
They were down 34 to Texas A&M a couple of years ago and rallied to win, the biggest in school history. A memorable one brewing right now. And you've got to give some credit to the defense with the 4 takeaways. It was a 2 turnovers in the 3rd quarter that swung the momentum in UCLA's favor.
And Beth, when would you say when a quarterback throws for 8 touchdowns, it's not enough to win this football game?
That's incredible. Don't forget, next Saturday, we'll have number 6 Ohio State and Nebraska from Lincoln. That's also been announced as the site for Saturday morning College game day. And then the game Saturday night, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, ABC and your ESPN app. Terrific finish today. Pittsburgh upsetting UCF. Georgia, Notre Dame tonight, down to the wire in the final play of the game. And now UCLA with a stunning comeback. And a huge second half. In a search for their first win of the season. That punt return, by the way, for Phillips, the first for UCLA since Maurice Jones-Drew back in 2005. Borghi gets the call for the first down.
First time this crowd's been excited in about 10 minutes here, guys.
Picks up the pressure, but the coverage again, strong downfield.
I'll tell you now, the one thing UCLA hasn't been able to do is penetrate this offensive line of this. Watch the coverage. I mean, everybody's got a guy picked up. See everybody? Pause it right there. Nobody's open. All these guys, they're all covered right here. Nowhere to go. He tries to dump it off late. Again, they may not get a pass rush, but putting a lot of stress on these DBs, and they're coming up big, Beth, in the second half.
Gordon has missed on 5 of his last 6 throws. And that one incomplete, intended for Harris. And it's 3rd down. And we'll reiterate what Anthony just said a moment ago. Is it possible that Anthony Gordon's 8 touchdown passes tonight will not be enough? With the stunning Bruins comeback this evening. Gordon, Borghi out of the backfield. First down and a beautiful cut to spring himself. And he'll break another tackle. And now Wazoo is back in front. Yards. As Anthony Gordon says, what, 8? 8's not enough? Do we need 9? I'll get you 9.
You may get more. You may need more.
8th pass play of over 20 yards.
You know, last week against Houston, Beth, he had a wheel route that was spectacular, got called back for a touchdown. Don't sleep on this kid. All these receivers all of a sudden in space make somebody miss. Look at that move. We said he's got a little Christian McCaffrey in him. Look at the speed and acceleration getting by the safety who had an angle on him. It's just a heck of a job here. Unbelievable, making 2 guys miss. He's a game changer. Every time he touches the ball, something good happens. He's got over 100 yards. Rushing the ball today. Phenomenal game, and 9 touchdowns so far for Gordon.
This is nuts. 556 yards with the 9 TDs for Gordon. Thompson-Robinson, a record-setting night for him. 440 yards, 4 touchdown passes. And over 1,300 yards of total offense.
I mean, how many more plays do these guys have? Coach Leach has got a little sheet of paper. Chip's got a little folder there. I mean, these guys keep pulling it out, man. Look at this thing. Those aren't even play. That sheet doesn't count. I don't know what that is. It's got a couple tabs there. Has he got one for plays over 60 points? Because they're going to need them. Got a flag down.
I think it was offsides on the kickoff team, guys.
Correction. UCLA has elected a re-kick with a 5-yard penalty.
Oh, man, the way they've been receiving the ball.
Kick it again.
Seriously.
A 100-yard kick return for a score, a 69-yard punt return for a score.
Love to have the cloud over his head. What's he thinking? You know, it's just craziness, this game. And
123 points on the board. There have been some very good moves by the offensive players. There have been an awful lot of missed tackles by the defensive players. And at this point, survival of the fittest, get a win, and don't worry about the numbers for both sides. Both are averaging 9+ yards per play. Fair catch at the 10, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
And think about this, Beth. With all these points, both teams' offensive lines have been spectacular.
Yep.
The pass protection has been off the chains. UCLA hasn't given up a sack, and Washington State has only given up one. It's just amazing. And look at these yards. I mean, this is not a video game here, folks. 1,296 yards. That's right. I got a B in math. That's a lot.
Sports writers with their Sunday morning quarterback columns waiting to be written are saying, come on. DTR looking, finding his man. First down, Bruins out to the 38. Jalen Irwin.
This is a completely different quarterback than we've seen the first 3 games of the season. He looks calm, cool, collected, finding the routes, delivering the ball.
Pass caught out to the 45-yard line. You can't help but think of the founders of the game. 150th anniversary, right there on his jersey of college football. Back to the days before there wasn't even a forward pass. 91 forward passes so far tonight. Under duress. Runs away from the pressure and out into the open across midfield for the first down.
Wasn't he just limping the last series? I mean, this kid's running on pure adrenaline right now. Remember, he's a #1 dual threat quarterback coming out of high school a few years ago, and he wants to pass today, but he makes a great decision here. Doesn't take the sack. He's able to scramble, get big yards with his legs, protect his body running out of bounds. You like the maturation right now, this quarterback in front of your eyes if you're a UCLA fan.
Just picked up 10 more yards there. Blitz coming up the middle. Incomplete, and this is going to be defensive pass interference on Rogers. Grabbed a hold of Felton. It's been the only way to stop Dimitric.
Pass interference. Defense number 37. The ball will be placed in the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
That's a play they ran earlier for a touchdown. The long one to Felton, an angle route. And he gets an advantage at the outside. Rogers, the linebacker, has to pull him. He would have had separation on him. Easy call.
Room to run again. Lost the football. Knocked free by Brock at the 22-yard line.
Look at his scrum. Wow, how he
And
gets that
UCLA
back.
will keep it.
Wow. Ball's out. I don't know. The ball's not even near him. It's under his body. He's able to kind of cradle it back in, I think, right there. That's a good job. He gets lucky here now. Good job scraping it out. And it literally, he turns around and it falls right back into it. Look, the ball's behind him. He just flips around, comes right back to his body. Man, it's just, today is his day because you can't do wrong right now.
Gain of 16, first down. And a timeout call by Washington State.
Washington State.
So 4:06 to go. Washington State has just used its final timeout. UCLA has 3 left. And here is what the two quarterbacks have done tonight. Over 1,000 yards on 91 attempts. They've combined for 13 touchdown passes.
DTR's got 63 yards rushing too, so add that to the 460. That gives you about 520-ish, 530. He's right next to Gordon. I mean, both of these guys have been unbelievable. It's been a fun game to watch.
We're told, by the way, that the review booth is still looking at that last play. You may have heard the reaction from the fans. They thought that a Cougar came out of the bottom of the pile with the football, Dallas Hobbs, but it had already been signaled as UCLA ball. And now Washington State will challenge the call.
The question is, are they going to be able to show a change of possession? So it was challenged. Trying to see change of possession here is going to be tough, being that they said UCLA recovered it. Again, right there, it looks like it comes back to his body. And from there, I don't know. I mean, anything could have happened at that point. That angle's not going to help. Again, we got the clear angles of the ball coming out. Flips around, comes back into his body. Again, that's not going to show anything from a change of possession. We're giving you all, folks, so you can see it. There, it looks like it's tucked against his body.
Yeah.
I mean, whether he's fighting for it underneath or not doesn't matter. Still ends up in his hands. So this will be our last angle. I just don't see anything confirming. We got so many cameras here, Beth. So here's the ball. He looks like he's cradled up on it,
yeah.
And maybe it gets pulled out. I mean, that's.
I just don't see enough to overturn the call on the field. It's got to be indisputable video evidence.
After review, the ruling on the field stands as called. First down.
.406 to play in a three-point game that was midway through the third quarter, a 32-point Wazoo lead. DTR caught by Felton to the 20. By the way, the kicking game for UCLA, they have one field goal all year. That was a 31-yarder in the first half tonight.
I don't even see him warming up, Beth. Out of this set now, you have the slicing route in the middle here.
Pressure coming. Good job.
Yep.
Up front by Aguayo. 3rd and 8.
Both shot by both players there. Aguayo with the pressure and DTR throwing it out of bounds.
Molson going through the motions on the sideline. They don't have him with the net and the ball right now. If it would come to that.
Devin Asiasi right here, maybe.
Timeout UCLA. Well, you talk about two of the brilliant offensive minds in college football in the last couple of decades with Chip Kelley and Mike Leach going head-to-head here for over 120 points. Who's going to have the ball last? And what's Kelley got in store right here?
You know, I kind of read his lips talking to Dakota there about slicing, hit seam, middle, something up the seam. Whether he'll be the main guy they'll look at or someone that clears it out for another player. But again, Washington State with this 3rd and long on defense to try to get a stop.
Line to gain is the 12. Thompson-Robinson, flag down, pass is incomplete down the near sideline. Looking for Felton, and it's a hold against UCLA. So they decline this here and make it 4th down? Or you got to push them back for the yardage?
Holding. Offense, number 70. 10-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
Yeah, you got a kicker that doesn't have a lot of great range. Push him back. Pass rush is getting a little more. See that tackle to the ground there was the hold. Number 70, Anderson. Biggest play of the game here.
Out of the backfield, Felton breaks a tackle, gets it down to the 17-yard line, and it's 4th down.
Gets him a little closer here to potentially kick it. Chip's not quite sure if he trusts this. Yeah. Molson's kind of waiting behind. Looks like he's going to keep his offense out there.
They'll pass on what would be a 36-yard field goal and go for it on 4th.
And he made one earlier.
Incomplete, and the Cougars will get it with 2:38 to go as Hicks breaks it up.
Went to the well one too many times to Felton out of the backfield. Good job by Hicks staying home here. Watch him, Felton to the outside. He's going to swing. He's got nowhere else to go. Hicks is right there on the spot. Makes the tackle and knocks it out. Big decision there. Got a 36-yard field goal.
And still 2 timeouts to work with for the Bruins as they turn it over on downs. .238 to play here for Anthony Gordon with the 9 touchdown passes on the night. And they're going to get whistled here, I believe, for the false start.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense number 63. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
So the offensive lines haven't made mistakes all night. Last play for UCLA, they have a hold. And then first play here for Washington State, they get the false start that pushes them back. UCLA now in a lot better spot here defensively with those 2 timeouts.
On a team that's only run it 20 times in 80 plays tonight, do they? Well, they don't stay on the ground to work the clock. They'll go to the air.
Ball's out.
Easop Winston, and he was ruled down before the ball popped out.
It's close. Good swiping at it. Man, does he ever get control of that? It's kind of definitely was kind of bobbling up on his chest here. Right there. Does he re-grab control? Again, watch this now. Ball's kind of bobbling here, Beth. See the ball bobbling? Yep. The ball is bobbling. Does he regain control of it? I don't know if he does. And now does UCLA jump on it right away? I don't know if we'll take a look at this or what, but clearly ball's moving. It looks like no control there right at that point. I don't think it ever get recontrolled. That ball is out right there, in my opinion. And right there is a quick pickup by UCLA. Question is, looks like referees putting the headsets on.
They're going to review it, and this might get overturned for the Bruins.
Could you imagine? That'll be the third fumble by a wide receiver for Washington State in this game. And you got players jumping on the sidelines right now for UCLA, looking up at the big screen.
Chris Barnes knocked it out. Josh Woods recovered it. But the ruling on the field was the receiver was down, and it stays with Washington State. So they need indisputable evidence to overturn it.
And one more time, clearly, the ball is being bobbled by the receiver. Watch this. Boom, excellent job there. The ball's bobbling. He doesn't have control of the ball. Still, it's moving. To me, right there, it's moving. It's dropping down. Doesn't matter if his knee touches, if the ball's moving, because it was bobbling prior to that. Does he ever regain possession off that first bobble? That's the question. If they say he doesn't, to me, that looks like a fumble. And an immediate recovery by UCLA. And they're taking their, this is a big one.
Wow. Down 3, 2:27 to go. A moment ago, UCLA passed on an opportunity to kick a 36-yard field goal, did not make it on 4th down, turned it over. And now are the Cougars going to give it right back?
What a game. This is nice.
A wild night on the Palouse.
I was going to get a nap before I went to the airport early in the morning. I think we'll just drive from the game. Wow, this again, you know, I just didn't see the control come back to the receiver. And I thought it was clear, Beth, in the replay on several shots. And to me, that decision, I think, is going to be rule of thumb.
Well, and a question, too, for Wazoo. Should you be throwing it or running it in this situation?
After review, the runner fumbled prior to being down. The ball was recovered in the immediate continuing action by UCLA. First down.
There we go.
Bruins get it back. 5 takeaways for a defense that had just 2 in their first 3 games. DTR in the second half is 12 of 19, 290 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's got a couple of rushing touchdowns. And now a chance to tie the game or take the lead.
Still think his legs here. His legs could be dangerous. Washington State has to be alert for it.
Against a 3-man pressure. First down inside the 10-yard line to the tight end, Asiasi. And a gain of 17.
Cool, calm, collective. He's been seeing the field. We talked about Gordon always getting it to the right spot, to the right receiver. DTR is doing the same thing. Every time he has a plan, he knows exactly where he wants to go with the ball, and he's been on target every single throw.
On first and goal, stepping up and into the pressure, and he's sacked. At the 16-yard line, Justin Rogers, and the first sack of the night.
Your veteran players got to come up big. Rogers, one of the defensive masters, high football IQ, coming up big on that sack.
Still with 2 timeouts. Blitz coming, incomplete. intended for Phillips, and Rogers got a hit on the quarterback.
Yeah, he's in pain, man. This kid is taking a beating today on some hits, and he just keeps going. Tough as nails. I mean, look at this guy. Toughest performances I've seen from a quarterback in a while. Look at him, fighting through it.
In what could be obviously a game changer and a season changer and a career changer for this young quarterback. 3rd and goal, but after the sack, you'd be looking at a 33-yard field goal attempt.
Play clock's down to 3 seconds. May want to get it off.
They do get it off. Felton's got it in his hands, and the playmaker scores for UCLA. Yards for the lead with 1:07 to go.
Beth, the clock was going down to 2 seconds. Coach Kelley was on the sideline, ready to call timeout. Look at him, he was trying to time it up. 5, 4, 3. He's waiting to the very last second. They get the play off. Look at him, and he lets it go, and they score a touchdown. Unbelievable, trusting his guys to get it off.
Thompson-Robinson over 500 yards and 5 touchdown passes. A huge night for Demetric Felton. And the Bruins have erased the 32-point deficit to take the late lead.
How about Devin Asiasi right there, the tight end? You got your big lineman coming out, Burton, the right tackle. And this guy's made everybody miss tonight. Demetric Felton, little cut back inside. Unbelievable. Excellent job. Watch this. It's a quick screen. Get a big guy out in front. Look at the tight end block right here. Those 2 players make it happen. And Felton squeezes through. And look at my man, Coach Kelley on the sidelines. Doesn't call a timeout. He wants a high five from somebody. There it is. He gets a low one. I don't think I've seen him smile all season either, but finally getting a smile, and they are shocked here.
So now what's Washington State got in response with 1:07 to go and no timeouts?
It's going to take 10 touchdown throws, Beth. 10 to win this game.
Anthony Gordon's got 9, and he's short 4 points right now.
Look at his score.
And he's 75 yards away. Coming up next at SportsCenter from LA with Linda and Stan, Herbie will have his biggest takeaways from the top 20 matchups. Also, the big week for Gardner Minshew, the former Cougar. And can the Cubs get back in the wild card chase? SportsCenter is next right here on ESPN and the ESPN app.
Herbie wanted to go to bed about 45 minutes ago. He's got to stay up for this madness.
Here we go. Anthony Gordon and the Washington State Cougars down for the first time in a long time. Hit from behind and the ball is out. Wow. And the Bruins have recovered. And the return of Keyshawn Lucier South with the exclamation point. And a 6th takeaway for the defense.
Beth, it took them 59 minutes. They haven't come near the quarterback the entire game. He finally gets to play, and big number 11, their leading sacker from last season, didn't play the first 2, comes off the edge. Watch the effort. Just keeps going, and those feet right there. Anthony Gordon has stood in that pocket the same way all game and been protected. The one time he got a little casual, they finally get to him and strip him in the back, and that causes the fumble.
Josh Woods with the recovery, and who would have thunk it midway through the 3rd quarter, down 32 points, that you'd be in the victory formation. A stunning turnaround led by Lucier South and by Thompson-Robinson.
He was only going to play a handful of snaps tonight. He probably played about...
He only missed a handful.
Seriously.
What a win for UCLA and Chip Kelley.
Wow. This is a program changer here, this win. I'll tell you, this could catapult your team. What an unbelievable game tonight.
Bruins down big on the road, and they come all the way back. 67-63.
Wow. 32 points, Beth. Hard to explain. I mean, the mental prowess just to stay in that game as a team. All those freshmen and sophomore players who've never been in a game like this, being able to continue to fight, not look at the scoreboard, keep pushing, and DTR leading them. This quarterback had a special day today. I know he did. Anthony Gordon, 9 touchdowns, but it just wasn't enough.
Let's go down to the field, and Rocky.
Coach, 50 second half points to win this game. How does this feel?
Well, I'm just happy for our players. They put in a lot of time. We're young, we're maybe the youngest team in the country, but they've battled and they've given great effort. We've played a heck of a schedule now. Play San Diego State, Cincinnati, and Oklahoma. I'll put that schedule for the start of the season against anybody. And for our guys to come back the way they did and keep battling back, they believe in each other, they trust each other, and I'm just really happy for our players.
I want you to talk to me about your quarterback, DTR. Looked like he was banged up in a lot of pain, had an amazing performance. What happened for him?
Well, he's just a tough kid, and he just keeps growing every week. He got thrown in the mix early last year, and every week he got better every game, and he's gotten better. This is game 4. He's better in game 4 than he was in game 1, and he's a competitor. He's as tough as I've ever had. I love him.
Is this a program-defining win for you here, Coach?
It's a Pac-12 after dark Saturday night win, and you got to tee it up. We got to get back home real quick because we got to face Khalil Tate in Arizona next Saturday. So,
Coach, congratulations.
Thanks, Rob.
Big old 8 clap in Westwood for the Bruins, and a stunning come-from-behind win. 67-63. They scored 50 in the second half.
All the red eyes around the nation got to see an awesome finish, an awesome game, an awesome way to cap the night off on ESPN.
SportsCenter is coming up in 15 seconds. Wonder what they're going to be talking about. We had a blast. Hope you did too. Thanks for being with us here in Pullman tonight. UCLA and Washington State putting on a show. Both quarterbacks end up with over 500 yards passing. And Anthony Gordon's remarkable 9-touchdown performance is in a loss for the Cougars. SportsCenter coming your way.